South Okanagan Event Center recognizes the Penticton Indian Band and the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Okanagan Silks people, on whose lands we live, learn, and do our work. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and join Lizzie Holt in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We're almost ready for puck drop here at South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton, BC. As we get set for the first Battle of Alberta of the season, it's Calgary's Flames versus Edmonton's Oilers. Let's now take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders for the Flames. It is Valtteri Ignaciu in his 7th pro season, but just first in North America. Coming off an excellent season, 26-18-0 with 4 shutouts, 2.34 goals against average, and a .918 save percentage in 45 games with Mora IK. He was named Hockey Allsvenskan Goaltender of the Year last season. And for the Oilers, it's a Calgary native, Connor Unger, getting the start in this Battle of Alberta on this Saturday night. Spent parts of 5 seasons in the Western Hockey League. Played U Sports for the Brock University Badgers last season. It was a very impressive 26-0 with 3 shutouts, 2.15 goals against average, and a .932 save percentage in 26 games. Won the Claire Drake Award as the U Sports Rookie of the Year. For our radio listeners, the Flames with their red jerseys on with yellow and white trim, moving from left to right in your radios in this opening period. The Oilers with their white jerseys on with blue and orange trim from right to left. Flames get the puck in deep and are in there on the forecheck. I wonder if fatigue could potentially be a factor for the Oilers today, Tony. They played the late game. The Flames played the early game yesterday. We'll see how both teams look.
And the Oilers also had the early morning skate this morning as well. So a late puck drop and an early morning skate.
Flames on the attack, trying to open scoring. Puck played back to the blue line by Luke Misa. Flames will bounce it up the near boards. Hunter Brustevich, who scored in yesterday's 4-3 overtime loss to the Jets, can't keep it in. Now he takes a pass from his partner, Artem Grushnikov, and does move it just into Oilers territory. And a battle for it along the boards, and the Oilers managed to clear it out to center. Flames on the attack again, is weaving his way in is William Strongren. Bobbles the puck in the far corner and loses it, but Sam Honzek will hold it in and knock it down low. Sam Morton centering it. Honzek on the doorstep, denied on the backhand. A good save early by Connor Unger. Puck over to the left point, holding it there. Eric Jamieson, who didn't play last night, getting his first taste of the YoungStars Classic this evening. Turnover deep in Oilers territory, and Connor Clattenburg will worm it around to the blue line, not quite out, and now it's picked up, and it is cleared out by Nate Corbet. Flames are going to bring it back in. Here's the 9th overall pick, Zane Parekh, but he turns the puck over, and that's something that the coaching staff wants him to clean up in Game 2. A couple too many turnovers for a guy who might be the Flames' best prospect since Matthew Tkachuk in Game 1 against the Jets.
Nobody can deny the puck skill with number 89 wearing the red and the yellow and white trim. He is an excellent player, but hey, a lot of good players, they have a lot of turnovers because they have the puck on their stick all the time.
Yeah, good point by you. And we've got a stoppage, 1 minute and 52 seconds in. Flames with the only 2 shots on goal early in this game against the Oilers, but they're still scoreless in this Battle of Alberta. These 2 teams play tonight in Penticton, and then there's that usual home and home or split squad game. And that'll get the preseason started. Looking forward to those two battles of Alberta coming up on February 23rd. Puck is brought to the line. Big body check as Vincent Desjardins gets stood up at the blue line. Axel Herdig, who didn't play in game one against the Jets, with a big hit just outside of his bench there. Runners will get the puck in deep. Valtteri Ignatiou will set it up. Now it's bounced up the far boards by Henry Muse. He was pretty impressive yesterday. Puck to the left point. There's a shot off the stick of Pierre-Olivier Waugh that misses the mark. And they're on the forecheck. Desjardins loses an edge, gets back up, plays it right point. Here's Maximus Water, and he'll send it towards the Flames net. Puck bouncing around as the Oilers are on the attack now. Now Water with a slap shot. Nice right pad kick save by Ignatiou. Battle for it. And the corner to the Flames goaltender's right. And the puck is scooped up by Muse, and he'll send it out to center. And Flames will get it in deep as both teams start to change.
Oilers needed a little bit of a pushback. This start is eerily similar to the one they had yesterday, Derek. A little bit better here in the last couple of minutes, but they got to get on their toes.
Puck sent out to center. Hunter Lang looking for it outside of the Flames bench. Instead, it's picked up and brought in by a guy who was certainly a standout, especially in the second period on Friday, Parker Bell. Had some great chances in that game against the Jets. Puck now cleared out by James Stefan. And yes, he is the son of former first overall pick Patrick. Puck scooped up in the Oilers zone by Waugh. He'll clear it out. Grushnikov after it at the Flames line. Throws a shoulder into his man, Stefan, as comes back to his partner, Burstevich. Gives it back to Grushnikov, who sends it out to center. And now Bell in an open ice collision with Clattenburg. And they're going to drop the gloves right at center ice. Parker Bell and Connor Clattenburg getting the fans to their feet. Clattenburg able to get Bell's helmet off. Bell throwing some big right hands to the head of Clattenburg, who now drops Bell with a big right of his own. Spirited scrap.
A spirited and short scrap indeed. An excellent scrap between two big guys who are very physical when they need to be. Clattenburg was impressive yesterday, and Bell, well, he answers the bell here. He had 2 games with the Wranglers last season, obviously hoping to build on that and hopefully making a little bit more of a name for himself in this tournament, and that will certainly do it. That was an excellent scrap between the two.
A job well done by 19-year-old Connor Clattenburg, 6'2", 197. He's not a small man, but Parker Bell, a year older at 20, 6'5", 210. So
got some weight and got some height on him.
Job well done, good fight, and that'll fire up the fans inside of South Okanagan Event Center.
Saturday night, Battle of Alberta. You got an early tilt. Doesn't get better than this, Derek.
Face-off coming up to Unger's left. Misa will take it. In there against Sam O'Reilly, the Oilers' first-round pick in this summer's draft. Rookie recorded 20 goals and 56 points in 68 regular season games, 5 goals and 12 points in 16 postseason games to help the London Knights win an OHL championship last season. Battle for it along the boards, and it is knocked down the ice by the aforementioned O'Reilly. Back to get it for the Flames is Jamieson, being chased in behind the net. Matt Savoy in there on the forecheck, steals it, centered, and the Oilers score. From right between the hash marks, Carl Berglund puts the puck into the top corner of the Flames net and gives the Oilers a 1-0 lead in this Battle of Alberta.
This is a goal that's predicated by the feet of Matt Savoy. Watch on the replay here. Number 22 in white keeps his feet moving, causes the turnover. Great job by Sam O'Reilly to provide a little bit of backup, and then Carl Berglund all alone in front. It's a quick turnover and a quick pass. 1-0 Edmonton. Less than 4 minutes into this one.
I don't know about you, but one thing I've noticed early in this tournament is that D-zone coverage isn't where the coaches want it to be or need it to be. There's been a lot of room in the middle of the ice, and the Oilers take advantage of some of that there and jump out in front of the Flames 1-0 early on this Saturday night. Flames try to get it back. Here's a centering pass. Morton in front. Whacks a one-timer wide. Now Stromgren gets it down low to Morton. Stromgren using that big body of his to knock it free on the forecheck. Morton dangling in front, gets taken down. Maybe not a bad penalty to take it for the Oilers. It looked like Morton was going to lift a backhand over a down-and-out Unger. The Oilers take that away, but also take a penalty. And we don't have to wait long for tonight's first power play as Hyde Davidson heads to the penalty box.
You know, that's a penalty that's created by the activation of the Calgary D. You can see one defenseman was up in front. I forgot which number it was, but he was standing in the blue paint. And then as soon as you called that switch, that's when the Oilers started losing their men. And that's why Hyde Davidson, as you mentioned, Derek, took a pretty good penalty there. Otherwise, it would have been an easy tuck-in and make this a 1-1 hockey game. The Flames go on the power play for 2 minutes.
Face-off coming up to Unger's right. In there to take the draw for the Flames is Misa. Actually, he gets tossed out, so Hanzek will step in to take the draw. 42 in red. Loses that face-off versus 42 in white.
Out.
Jaden Grube, and well, the puck ends up going over the glass and out of play. The Flames did not score on the power play in their game against the Jets. They did score on the penalty kill, though, so see if they can get their first PP goal. And in that game between Calgary and Winnipeg on Friday night, no penalty calls on either side in the first 40 minutes, and I was speculating that the coaching staffs for both teams would probably like to see some penalty calls because they can work on special teams that way.
Got to get the reps in.
They get an early one here tonight. Flames will control. Centering pass ends up handcuffing Hanzek, and puck bounces down the ice.
Another example there, Basha was creeping in down low. He's playing the point, but another example of activating from the back end. That's Calgary's strong suit right now.
Flames try to get across the Oilers line, and do as Brustevich holds it in left point, moves it far corner to Hanzek. They'll back it up to the blue line. Brustevich, near side, over to Andrew Basha, who throws it towards the net. Bouncing puck. Oilers whack it away, but not out. Here's Brustevich up the far side, and now Misa throws it to the net, and they score! A job well done by Luke Misa to put the puck on net, and Andrew Basha knocks it past Connor Unger, and a power play goal ties this game at 1.
Creeping in on the right-hand side with that left shot. That makes it easy for the one-timer. What a pass by Luke Misa here. Watch this. He gets the puck here, head up all the way. As soon as he gets to the dots, he finds number 49 on the opposite slot, and that's too big of a gap for the Edmonton Oilers. There were 2 guys up front, 2 guys down low, nobody taking care of the center, and that's why right through the seam, right there goes number 49 as he has his first of the Penticton YoungStars tournament.
Here comes Jaden Lipinski. Scored a shorthanded goal for the Flames on Friday night. Gets the puck in deep. Now it's picked up in the near corner by Waugh. Bouncing off the skate of his teammate Matvei Petrov. Wonders will regain possession of the puck, though, as it's sent out to center by Waugh. And Zane Parek's going to bring it back in and drop it. Here's a snapshot off the stick of Lipinski and misses the Oilers' net. Bouncing around down low and dug out by Jacob Battaglia. Battaglia in there on the forecheck with Lipinski as it bounces back to the right point to Parek. Slides it near corner. Here's Matvei Gradin with a sharp angle shot that misses the mark. Back to the right point to Parek again. Parek to Battaglia, but he gives it away to Petrov, who's going to spring a man. Walking in, here's Dalen Wakely with a shot, and he misses the Flames net. Great chance for the Oilers to regain the lead there. Now Parek will bring it back into the offensive zone as both teams complete changes as we pass the 6-minute mark of the opening period here in Penticton. Good start to this Battle of Alberta. 2 goals and 1 fight, and Calgary and Edmonton are tied at 1. And the Oilers in, Savoy, and up the left wing side with a backhand pass to the front of the Flames net. Looking for O'Reilly there, and just didn't quite get to him.
Matt Savoy's moving, Derek.
Flames will bring it the other way. Basha, the Flames goal getter, will lock it in behind the net, and now it's centered. Lang, near side. They're trying to jam it in, and McNamara misses an open net. Puck picked up near side by Luke McNamara. Back to the right point. Hughes with a shot that doesn't get through some traffic in front. And now Nickel will knock it to the blue line. Not quite out, at least not yet. McNamara trying to hold it in, but now it squirts out. Hughes tries to weave his way back in, but the Flames are offside at the Oilers' blue line. This game's been a little bit more spirited than the ones we watched last night.
Definitely so, especially from the Edmonton Oilers and as well as the Calgary Flames. I mean, both teams are off to a hot start, and McNamara looking skyward at least 2 or 3 times. He gets a wide open look on the right side of the paint right here. You would think that's in the net, but just off the heel of the stick, just didn't quite get the middle of the blade on it, right off the heel and off the bar as Connor Unger gets away with one, and so did the Edmonton Oilers. They're lucky that this one is still tied at 1.
Yeah, Luke McNamara might hear from Zane Parekh over on the Flames bench. They were teammates together with the Saginaw Spirit last season. Won an OHL championship together. Actually, interesting bloodlines for Luke McNamara. His great-uncle, Jerry McNamara, general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs for 8 seasons in the 1980s.
Wow, look at that. That's a wicked stat. You got to love the lineage, eh? Also, sometimes it does make you feel a little old when you start recognizing some of the sons and their fathers from a long time ago, and you remember watching them growing up. Always a good time.
On the other side of things, James Stefan, the son of Patrick, the first overall pick back in 1999, spent just 7 seasons in the NHL, 64 goals and 188 points, 455 games with the Atlanta Thrashers and Dallas Stars. I do wonder if the Thrashers have maybe gone in a different direction, in the direction of Daniel or Henrik Sedin, who went 2nd and 3rd in that draft, if they might still be in town.
They're both here this weekend.
Oilers will get the puck down the ice. Back to get it is Grushnikov. He gives it to Hanzak, who sends it out to center to Stromgren. Crosses the Oilers line and drops Morton, shoots and scores! A beautiful rush up the ice, and Sam Morton scores his 2nd goal and picks up his 3rd point of the tournament, and the Flames take a 2-1 lead.
Derek, much like how I said that Matt Savoy's feet are moving, so are Sam Morton's. He had an opportunity at early stages in this one. In the opening minute, he made a behind-the-back pass to find his teammate. This time, he's a beneficiary of a great pass, gets it on the backhand, and a quick release. Right here, this is very quick move. Right there on the backhand, and right away on the forehand goes Roof on Connor Unger. He had no chance on that one. That was a perfectly placed shot over the glove side, and we have a 2-1 lead for the Calgary Flames in this year's first edition of the BOA.
Puck backhanded in behind the Oilers net. Unger out to get it. Will clear it up the near boards and by Perek and to the Flames blue line. Perek will one-handed back to Jamieson. Makes a hard pass up the middle of the ice, and now Lucas Siona, who's really worked on his skating and looked a lot quicker at this year's YoungStars Classic than last year's. Turns the puck over as Wakely will work it in deep. And now Petrov tries to slap it to the net, but it ends up bouncing off a body and up the near boards, and Perek will clear it out to the neutral zone. Here's Wakely. Dallin Wakely, the CHL Humanitarian of the Year back in 2023. Good guy.
Really good guy. That's the content of character I was talking about earlier today. Colin Chalk was really impressed with his body of work and how he conducts himself as a leader on this team.
Flames get the puck in deep. Had that forecheck going in the first period here in Penticton tonight. Davidson will lug it out to the red line and play it right wing side. Savoy, a St. Albert native, has the puck stripped off his stick. And now it's picked up by Battaglia, who moves it rink wide. Driving in, Gradine stick handles and shoots and is stopped by Unger. Looked like he was trying for the 5-hole there, but it closed too quickly. Oilers on their heels a little bit right now. Flames trying to add to their lead. Battaglia bounce it back to the right point. Muse gives it to Herdig. Goes far side. It's thrown into the net by Gradine. Ends up bouncing back to the left point. And Flames will get it in deep again. Battaglia catches up to it in the far corner. Battaglia trying to feed it in front and getting bowled over from behind is Lipinski. He's back on his feet as the puck is centered. Ends up at the blue line and now on the stick of Muse. Muse across the line to Herdig. And now into the far corner over to Lipinski. Now Lipinski a cross-ice pass, but Gradine fends on the one-time attempt. Now Gradine centers. Lipinski shoots. Is stopped by Unger. And the rebound is picked up. And the puck is finally cleared out by O'Reilly. Flames a little too much to handle for the Oilers right now as we approach the midway mark of the first period here in Penticton, with Calgary leading Edmonton 2-1 in this preseason Battle of Alberta. The Oilers trying to get something going now. Here is William Nickel, an 18-year-old. The Oilers' 6th pick in the 2024 draft. Ends up having to chase it all the way back into his own territory. Working up the left wing side to Corbet. We'll talk about his bloodlines a little bit later on. Gives the puck to Ethan DeJong, who gets it in deep. DeJong battling forward along the end boards. Gets shoved off the puck. Rustevich trying to clear it out for the Flames camp. Ends up back at the blue line, but Corbet can't quite keep it in. And the Oilers will have to reset inside of their own blue line. Puck now backhanded in by Berglund. Spent 4 years at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. Was captain of the Minutemen in his senior season. Flames driving in. Misip trying to get to the net as the puck knocked off his stick. And now it's picked up by McNamara. Missed an open net earlier. Wants to make up for that. He gets a shot off. Gets stopped. Battles for his own rebound. But he's 1-on-4 in front. Puck's still loose. And it ends up bouncing back to the blue line to Brustevich. Does a little twisting and turning. Gives it to Grushnikov, who shoots. That high wristers blockered away, and now the Oilers will skate it out to center, and from there, Berglund dumps it into Flames territory.
Calgary showing a lot more urgency on those 50-50 battles right now. Edmonton has to step up their compete a little bit.
Here's Davidson, right wing side. Puck gets sent out by Maximus Water. The Oilers have to chase it back in, but now it's brought up the left wing side by Jesse Heslop. Heslop trying to move it out in front to Desjardins, but the pass gets picked off, and now Stromgren will circle and send it out to center ice and ahead to Morton, who's got another goal today. In front of the net, Honzek gets knocked off the puck, and the Oilers will take it out to center ice. Calgary out shooting Edmonton 9-4 with 8 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the opening period here in Penticton. It is Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 in this YoungStars Battle of Alberta. Bringing it in is Basha. He's been dangerous in both games. Leaves it near side for Lipinski. Using that big frame of his to protect the puck. Lipinski backs it up to the blue line, but Hertig wasn't there, and Flames will have to recover it out at center. Axel Hertig. Wonder if he was named after Axl Rose. Dumps it in behind the Oilers' net. And there is Siona with those fast feet. He'll slide it left side. Puck gets batted in deep, and now Siona gets taken down. Oilers might have got away with one there as Marc Lajoie didn't really do a good job controlling his stick, but no foul. Now Stefan will take over in the near corner, lift it up in the air, and not out. Oilers are going to have to be a little more focused on making the simple plays, I think it's safe to say.
Absolutely. Stretching it too much right now in their own zone.
Siona a little slow to get up out at center as McNamara ends up having his pocket picked. And Stefan will bat the puck into Flames territory.
Derek, you talk about the shots 9-4 right now with 7 minutes remaining. A lot of shots for the Calgary Flames actually came off possession. I would say all 4 of the Oilers shots came off the rush. They got to do a better job of maintaining that puck.
Now, the Flames have spent a lot more time in the offensive zone than the Oilers have, but it's a one-goal game. Flames on the attack again. Battaglia in behind the net. Gradin will slide it left point. Now Grushnikov across the line. Brustevich into the near corner to McNamara. Puck bouncing around on him. He can't settle it down and does hustle after it and grab it again, but his pass bounces away from Battaglia, and now Nickel will send the puck out to center. Here's Savoy off the right wing side. Puck centered out in front. Nickel trying to feed it in front. Had Savoy on the doorstep. Just couldn't get him the puck. Nickel gets it back. Gets bumped off of it by Brustevich, but he gives it away to Savoy. Savoy shoots, and Ignatiu makes a nice blocker stop. First time he's touched the puck in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Good stop there.
Here comes Brustevich up the right wing side to center. He'll fire it in behind the Oilers' net as both teams change with now 6 minutes remaining in the opening period. Fast-paced first period here at South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton, where it's the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1. The Oilers trying to get that goal back. Parak will play it up the left wing side, and now Siona, who captained the Seattle Thunderbirds to a WHL championship in 2023. Helps the Flames get it in deep. Davidson leaves it in the far corner. Wander back to Davidson. Back to Wander. Now up the right wing side, now to center. Puck played up the near side to Heslop. And he'll just fire it in as the Oilers want to get some fresh legs out there. Flames will take over deep in their own zone as Parak plays it up the right wing boards to Lang. Lang gives it away, though, and here comes Savoy back in for the Oilers. Savoy centers, and De Jong is going to ring one right off the iron. Looked like he had the game-tying goal there. Now Corbet with a shot that deflects wide of the Flames net. 2 close calls for the Oilers, Tony.
Another opportunity off a turnover right there at the blue line. The Oilers looking to capitalize. I thought that might have went in, but off the crossbar, says the referee.
Yeah, I thought that puck was in as well. I was waiting for the red light to go on. No video review here in Penticton, so won't have a chance to correct that if it did indeed go into the Flames net. Now Stromgren trying to clear it out. Slides it up the right wing side to Honzek. He moves it up the middle to Morton, who I would say has been the Flames' best player so far here at the YoungStars Classic. Back to the right point. He's trying to hold it into the line. Morton and Stromgren in there as well, but it does squirt out to center. The red line, it is fired in by Hertig in his first season in North America. Play for the Calgary Hitmen this year. Puck now knocked into the Flame zone. Stefan will catch up to it, get a sharp angle shot off right into the flaming C on the front of Ignatiu's jersey, and he'll hold on. And after a good fight, Bell and Clattenburg finally come out of their respective penalty boxes, and we'll take our first break of this Saturday night. 2 minutes to play in the opening period, maybe a little bit more than that here in Penticton. Calgary now is shooting Edmonton 9-8. It's the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1 at the YoungStars Classic.
Hey everyone, it's Leon Draisaitl here. Told you guys last year that Oktoberfest was going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be even better this year. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Prost.
Flames fans, the future is here. With the announcement of our new arena, Scotia Place, there's no better time to become a Calgary Flames season ticket member. Enjoy savings of up to 40% off single game ticket prices and get exclusive access to events and opportunities to meet the team. Plus, you'll be first in line for Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Be a part of the action live and experience every moment from your very own seat. Head to CalgaryFlames.com/tickets today to secure your spot.
Here's Velarde.
Get ready. The highly anticipated Hitman home opener is Sunday, September 29th. Be there as the Calgary Hitmen mark the start of their 30th season. Cheer them on against the Lethbridge Hurricanes and take part in home opener celebrations like player introductions to kick off another year of Hitman hockey. Plus, it's Sunday Fun Day presented by Brookfield Residential with reduced ticket prices, fun concourse activities, and food and beverage deals. Your team, our community. Score your tickets today at hitmanhockey.com/tickets.
A wise man once said, you've got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And Valtteri Ignatiu's been a little bit of both in this first period.
He certainly has been. We saw that crossbar opportunity not too long ago, but he's been steady. There's a turnover right there by the Calgary Flames. De Jong gets a tip right there. That almost looked like it hit the bottom of the crossbar, but hey, the referee has a better angle of it than we do up here. That one stays out, but he's been solid whenever called upon, with the exception of the one that beat him. That one courtesy of Carl Berglund.
Goaltenders will tell you they had the entire net covered.
That's all they gave him, right? That's all they gave him.
Goalpost to the crossbar.
That's all they gave him.
Puck gets cleared out to center. Lipinski will pick it up and play it right wing boards to Battaglia. Battaglia returns the puck to Lipinski. Was impressive versus the Jets and has looked like a bull in a china shop early in this first period against the Oilers. 73's colliding in behind the net as puck comes free, and Clattenburg will skip it down the ice. Not quite to center, though, and that'll be an icing call on the Oilers, with now 3:47 to play in the opening period. The Oilers have closed the gap in shots, Tony.
Yep. It
was 9-4. It's now 9-8, with the Flames leading 2-1.
Yeah, I'm sure Colin Chalk and the rest of the coaching staff will be bringing up the defensive zone in the first intermission, because right now they're making too many blind passes. They're just trying to move the puck they're trying to stretch the ice too much. You got to make those short, simple passes right now, but maybe that's a result of having 5 camp invites on the back end right now.
Absolutely. Here's Perek, right point, with a shot that gets to the front of the net, but not to the goaltender. Good job by the Oilers to collapse in front of Connor Unger. Now, battle for it, and the corner to his left is Flames have been very aggressive and effective on the forecheck in this first period. They come up with the puck again. Here's Perek across the line. Now the puck gets swatted in behind the net by Jamieson. And they're trying to retrieve it. McNamara missed on a glorious opportunity in this opening period. And now it's picked up and lifted up and out by O'Reilly.
That was the Calgary Flames' supposed fourth line hemming in the Oilers' top line. You can't have that. When anytime Matt Savoy's out there, you got to be creating some chances.
Back to get it inside Oilers territory is Nate Corbet, and as mentioned, some good bloodlines for him. More on that in a moment. Puck brought on up the right wing side by Wakely. Bounce off the end boards and in behind the Flames net. The Muse move it far side to his partner Perek, who turns the puck over, ends it back at the blue line, but bounces over the blade of Corbet's stick and into Oilers territory. So Nate Corbet, the son of Rene Corbet, who played pro for a whopping 18 seasons, including 8 in the NHL.
Had a heck of a tilt yesterday.
Played a couple of seasons with the Flames from 1998 to 2000. Here's Basha centering it, and backdoor play. A perfect pass over to Siona, who just can't knock it into the Oilers' net. Vertigo chase it back into his own zone and move it near side to Muse. Plays the puck to Misa, who shoots it in behind Unger's net. Just over 2 minutes to play in the opening period now, with Calgary leading Edmonton by a goal here in Penticton. Puck deep in the Oilers' zone. Basha spins and shoots. That shot gets knocked down on the doorstep. And now Nickel takes over and will skate it out to center. Nickel with a chip and chase. Will catch up to the puck in the far corner and knock it in behind the net. Looking for Grube. Jaden Grube, another Calgary native playing for Edmonton tonight. Puck in tight. Grube with a shot. Ends up fluttering over top of the net and into the far corner. Grube trying to retrieve the puck in the forecheck. Has his stick lifted and the puck stolen by Brustevich, who can't get it out. Either could Hanzek. And now DeJong, far side to Grube with a shot again that misses the mark. Now Hanzek clobbered along the near boards by DeJong as the Oilers are having the Flames in now. Haven't seen much of this in the opening period, but again, it's a one-goal game, despite the fact that Flames have spent majority of time in the attacking zone. The Oilers trying to get that goal back before the end of 20. Good job on the forecheck here. Waugh with a shot off a body and it deflects wide and up the far boards. And now Basha will send it out to center. Hanzek trying to settle it down at the Oilers line camp. Here comes O'Reilly the other way. Gets hit and knocked off the puck. Good angle there by Brustevich to just throw a shoulder into his man and knock the puck off of him. As we've got a penalty call coming up here. Ignatiu dealing with Savoy right in the blue paint. This will be a Flames penalty, though, as the Oilers get their goaltender to the bench and an extra attacker onto the ice with 45 seconds to play in the period. Oilers trying to tie it with the delayed penalty call coming. Puck to the blue line to Davidson. Moves it right wing side. And now Petrov up the near boards. Lavoie tries to play it back to the right point. That pass is intercepted by Morton, though, and as the Flames touch up, the referee's whistle sounds, and for the first time tonight, the Oilers will head to a power play with a chance to tie the game up before the end of the first.
Derek, we know how important that late goal in the late stages of any period is. So right now we can see if the Oilers can kind of manufacture some momentum heading into that first intermission, maybe make that conversation a little bit more positive. A lot of constructive details will be given, but a lot can be made up if you can capitalize the next 32.7 seconds. Now, if they don't, they'll still have just less than 90 seconds when the second period starts.
Face off to Ignatiu's left. Lipinski able to come up with the puck off the draw. It's good up the far boards, not out. But now Siona takes over and he'll sail it down the ice.
Flames doing a good job of winning draws. Some important draws in their own zone. There's only been a couple of them, but they've won both of them so far.
Oilers with a chance for one more rush is Frankie Morelli. Will back it up. Here's Petrov to the red line. He bumps it back. And now Stefan will skid it across the Flames line, make a bank pass to himself, and now center it, but his pass is whacked out of harm's way by Herdig. Now battle forward to the far corner. Jamieson trying to kill the clock, and he succeeds, and that will do it for the first period here at South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton, BC. The Oilers actually opened scoring in this one. Carl Berglund scoring with 3 minutes and 57 seconds gone in the opening period. Made it 1-0 Oilers, but the Flames scored the last 2 goals of the opening period. Hunter Brustevich with his second of the tournament. And then after that, it's Sam Morton with his second goal in as many games. And it is Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 in this YoungStars Classic Battle of Alberta.
Derek, what did you see from the Calgary Flames that you saw a lot of from yesterday? Because they looked pretty good, especially that D-core in that first period.
Yeah, it's interesting because in the first period against the Jets on Friday, the Flames were hemmed in. The Jets had their forecheck going, but as that game progressed, the Flames started to spend a lot more time in the offensive zone, eventually tied the game at 2, tied the game at 3 before losing 4-3 in overtime. So it's like they picked up tonight where they left off last night, spending a lot of time inside of Oilers territory, and that's how they created their chances, which is, I guess, a contrast to how the Oilers created some of their chances in the first period, and that was off the rush.
Off the rush was the main source of it. They only had about 2 or 3 shots when they had possession, especially below the hash mark. That's got to be a little bit better. I know Colin Chalk kind of stresses guys like Sam O'Reilly, William Nicol, guys who are a little bit bigger, Carl Berglund, to use their body a little bit more. Don't be afraid to lean in on those guys, because right now they're playing a little bit more timid than they usually do. Now, of course, this is the biggest stage for a lot of these guys. Think about it. There's 5 camp invites on the back end. A lot of young players on this roster. I mean, Connor Clattenburg and Sam O'Reilly are 18-year-olds who were drafted this past offseason. So a young squad, and perhaps that's why we see the totality of what we saw from the Oilers in that opening 20. You mentioned the script yesterday, but right now the Oilers are following the script that's from yesterday as well. Not so good start in the first. Better finish in the second half in that first period. Hopefully they can carry that momentum a little bit more beginning of the second.
We've got some fun Oilers contact coming up in our second intermission. A look behind the scenes at what they did at the NHL draft in Las Vegas. But first up, a couple of Saskatchewan kids caught up during the offseason in their hometown.
Today's game is brought to you by Nissan and the all-new Kicks. Choose the Kicks for its all-wheel drive, perfect for the Canadian winter, and available this October at your nearest Nissan Calgary dealer.
Sam, now that you've had about 12 hours to kind of digest your first game in an Oilers uniform, maybe just give us your initial thoughts and how you thought that you played last night.
Yeah, thought it took a bit of time to get used to it. Obviously, the pace of play is obviously higher and more physical, stronger guys out there. So, over time, get used to it. But, first game's there to get used to, and that's what this whole thing's for. So, trying to stay positive and just try and get better each game.
You got another crack at it tonight against Calgary. What are you looking forward to building upon in your game that you want to be able to showcase tonight?
Yeah, I think just getting to the net more. It's what I do normally, and it's how I play in junior, and that's why I'm here. It's because I like to get to the gritty areas, and that's how you score in pro and games like this. So keep getting to the net, doing the little things, and obviously keep building more chemistry with my line.
And how would you assess your line in terms of playing alongside Clattenburg and Savoy, the way that you guys were able to kind of get some things going and operating last night?
Yeah, I thought we were all right. I think there's much more to us that we can show. I think there wasn't much last night for us. Keep getting on the cycle, keep working down low, be better on getting pucks out. But, that's all going to come along, and keep building chemistry as we go. And, two great players, so fortunate enough to play with them, and keep going from there.
Tonight you'll get to play in the Battle of Alberta, which of course has a lot of history. This is the rookie edition, but what are you looking forward to most about that?
Obviously it's a big rivalry in the NHL, and hopefully we can bring it here as well. Obviously both teams that don't like each other, so go out there and play hard and see how it goes.
Sam, what were some of the things that you worked on in the offseason that you maybe felt did kind of help your game yesterday as you kind of got your way back into game action?
Yeah, obviously it's a bit different getting into game ready. It's a lot different than the summer skates that you're used to doing. But, just keep getting faster. That was a big thing. Put on more weight and get stronger because obviously they're bigger boys out here and you got to get used to that. So I think my main focus this year was my skating and my first 3 steps. So hopefully keep improving on that and it'll show in my game.
Obviously it's your first taste of game action in an Oilers uniform. How do you kind of deal with I don't want to say pressure, that's not the right word, but how do you not put too much pressure on yourself and allow yourself to play your game and eventually showcase the best version of yourself each and every night?
Yeah, obviously it's unreal. It's a great feeling putting that jersey on for the first time. It's pretty special, and just keep doing the little things and keep working together, and we'll go from there, I think.
For the YoungStars Classic, of course, streamed online. Do you have any family watching or friends watching?
Yeah, back home in Toronto, my family. I'm lucky enough to have my uncle and aunt up here, so that's nice to have. But my mom and dad back home, so and my sisters.
Flew in? They flew in?
They're from Conroy, so decently close, and got some family up here, so good for them to come and see me play.
Does that make it extra special the first time that you're putting on the Oilers uniform to be able to have family members witnessing that here?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy, even for myself to say. Like putting that on, it doesn't really feel real at the same time, but it's special. It's really special, and it's a privilege to put it on, and hopefully get some wins.
Obviously, we have 2 games left, only 1 game in. What would a successful weekend look like for you?
Yeah, obviously get these 2 wins, and show my game and play hard. I think that's what I'm best at doing, is playing hard, and that's what I got to do more of, and hopefully put it in my game and go from there.
We've been hearing a couple of the guys who have been here before, as well as Colin Chalk, say, we want there to be an emphasis of also having fun and enjoying this. Did you feel last night that you could have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, that's why we're here to play hockey, and playing hockey is to have fun, and you can't forget about that. And obviously it's fun going out there playing in front of good fans out here, good crowd, and nice rink as well. And all the guys in our room are great guys, so obviously it's a fun time.
Corner, but Lekermaki's onto it. Rink wide pass to Kudryavtsev, right circle, quick shot, and Day has to make an early save off the pad.
The Oilers do head to the power play. Nathan Day may be able to catch his breath a little bit because the Canucks, as you can see, have had multiple chances.
Jonathan Lekermaki, right wing to center with speed for the Canucks. Being hounded by Bame on the back check. Nice pass to Ratu, and the slot comes to Beats, left circle. Lekermaki tipped it off the post at the line. Again to Steffen, right circle, shoots up high until Lapilo makes a nice save with a glove and holds on. Rossi takes it behind the Edmonton net. Rossi hammered into the end wall by Lajoie. As the physical play starts to ramp up here. Now centering pass in front, one-time chance, Lekermaki, great save by Day off the left pad.
Let's take one more look at that. The opportunity that he had right to his tape, too. perfect spot for Lekermacki to be able to get that shot off, and it's not on his stick very long at all. I mean, he's got a great shot. He looked like he was trying to go 5-hole there on Nathan Day, but Day's able to get down.
Towards the goal by Warner. Tolopilo made a nice save down low. Now Heslop in the slot. Gets it free. Clean chance at the top of the crease for Berglund. Great save by Tolopilo. He couldn't quite smother the puck.
Tolopilo able to dive for it there, trying to track it down. And Berglund, I mean, he was right there, Johnny, on the spot, trying to collect that rebound as soon as it bounced off the pads of Tolopilo. But, I mean, what a great chance for the Oilers. And they'll try and create more of those, trying to mimic what they're seeing at the other end of the Canucks being able to produce offensively.
Flynn had more ice time and opportunity, did Plattenberg. Now here's Berglund, left wing into the Vancouver zone. Low shot, good save by Tolopilo off the pad. Berglund's got it again behind the goal center. He feed in front. And Bain got a quick shot away. And Peterson gave it away. Here's Lekermacki into the slot. Ratu, quick shot right on, but there's Nathan Day out of the top of his crease to cut down the angle. Patterson pursues on the forecheck for Vancouver. But the Oilers come away with it, and James Steffen lifts it out to center for Dallin Wakely. Wakely, nice move around Kudryavtsev, trying to drive the front of the goal through it to the net. Tolopilo holds it out, scramble in the crease, and he's able to cover up with just 5.7 seconds left in the
He's
first.
able to crash the net hard, and of course, I mean, they keep poking at it because it's loose in front of Tolopilo. But Tolopilo's able to track it down, make sure, calm it all down. Petrov's in the mix there in front as well, as Wakely just takes that sharp turn inside. But Klimovic said, no more of that.
Rossi behind his own goal. Up the near side for Vilmer Ulrichsen. Nice tip pass to Sasson. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Canucks. Max Sasson, left wing, waits, shoots, stopped by Day. Got his rebound, he scores! Max Sasson to the net. Denied by Day on the first opportunity, but chips it home on the second chance. So the Canucks take a 1-0 lead, 1:38 into the second.
Well, the 24-year-old had an option on the right-hand side, and he decides, you know what? The best option is for me to just shoot it. And he got a nice shot right the first time, but then he collects his rebound. Nathan Day's outside of the crease a little bit, so there's an open cage on that rebound. And Max Sasson able to snap that so hard that it creates that deflection right back to his tape. And after a 42-point season with Abbotsford, I mean, he's just kind of maybe picking up right where he left off.
Drives wide on Warner behind the Oiler net. Sasson, right circle, high slot, Kudryavtsev shoots right on. Good save by Day. Picking up a burst of speed, right wing, into the Vancouver zone. Near side, centering pass, tip right on. Nice play by Heslop to deflect it on target. He recovers into the forecheck, tried to center for Ratu in front, who gets it loose. Here's Baines, middle of the ice, waits and shoots. A toe drag held out by Day on the release. Now here's Pettersson, right side Kudryavtsev, back to Baines, left circle, toe drag and a shot. Day makes another save off the pad, and the Oilers get it all the way down the ice. Riley Patterson at his own line for Vancouver. Nice pass up the right side. Here's Klimovic into the Oilers zone with a slap chop at the top of the circle. Fought off the blocker by Nathan Day and turned over the glass and out of play.
But Klimovic gets this feed, a nifty little pass, and right at the top of the red circle, able to release that. I almost wish that we could see how fast that one was going.
The lineup when they had injuries, but that was an incredibly deep team as we saw how far they went in a battle near side. They continue to jaw and push and shove. Now here's Boehm, high slot shot right on, stop by Tolopilo, rebound near side. Clattenburg just couldn't settle that. It rolled off his stick on the backhand. And the Oilers will break out. Puck is lifted to center. Felton back in on the right wing with speed. Driving wide to the front of the goal. Backhand chance, it was loose, but he scores! Another great example of sticking with the play for Christian Felton as he finds a way to beat Nathan Day, and it's 2-0 Canucks.
Christian Felton sticking with this. He creates this play all on his own, and it doesn't matter how many Oilers try to drape themselves all over him. He finishes that as Nathan Day's out of position, tries to make the first save, and he does on the right pad there, but then it's just Felton being able to follow that puck and make sure that he finishes the job as well.
Back into Edmonton's end. Warner for Davidson. Nice feed ahead for Berglund. He's got a lane to the net down the right wing. Quick shot and a better right pad save by Nikita Tolopilo. Left wing pass. Here's a burst of speed from Ty Mueller. Takes it right to the goal. Stop by Day. Rebound in front. Ulrichsen jamming it back into the blue paint. Banked ahead by DeYoung. Here's Wakely with a lane. Left wing into the Vancouver end. Tight angle shot. Tolopilo right there. Fire, but was tied up, and Ratu's out to center for the Canucks. Lead pass up the right wing. Here's Lekermacki with a lane to the net. He rung it off the post. It's behind Day, who held it out of the goal line. Jonathan Lekermacki has had so many opportunities to score in this game tonight.
Take a look at this Lekermacki shot. I thought, Brendan, that you were going to be able to call that goal finally. It almost sneaks past the line. Nathan Day has to dive behind him and find it. He's also got his defenseman down there in Morelli diving for it as well, trying to make sure that it's not a 3-goal hockey game.
Elects to lead for Kudryavtsev, top of the point. Tried a shot blocked by Clattenburg. Rebound left circle, thrown to the goal by Romani. Great save by Day.
Canucks, like we said before, Brendan, they're really pushing and getting in the Oilers' space, making it tight.
Here's a chance at the slot. Archie Beans rings it off the crossbar.
Nice little breather for the Canucks to get in between here.
Here's Bloom. Centering pass in front. One-time opportunity for Glover in the slot. And there is Day again to the rescue for the Oilers. Pokes it up the near wall past Peterson. Here's Riley Patterson. Centering pass right in front. What a save by Day. Rebound still loose at the crease as Sasson was there trying to tuck it home. Down the board. Centering pass in front. Ulrichsen missed it. Comes left circle. Patterson with a wrist shot. Rose right corner, but that is going to do it. As Nikita Tolopilo pitches a 21-save shutout in the Vancouver crease. And the Canucks flank the Oilers in the first game for both teams here at the YoungStars Classic in Penticton. The final score, Vancouver 2 and Edmonton 0.
Colin, of course, not the result that your team was hoping for. How did you kind of see this 60 minutes play out behind the bench?
Yeah, if we go back over our start, well, I would say it wasn't great, but Corbet got in that little tussle there and felt like we dictated the play the rest of the first period. Outshot him, felt good about that. Came in 0-0. Second period was pretty tilted the other way. Obviously, I think outshot 12-5.
The netminder tonight, and he'll be backed up by Brett Brochu.
They played a little bit more pace. They were able to shoot the pucks back. We had a good flurry at the end there, the second period, that we ended up recovering a couple pucks with a good change. I think we all saw the Matt's away a real nice chance there. Maybe you get out of the second period.
This year by the Flames in Vegas, and what an exciting year for him. He also.
And Sam Morton, the kind of middle 20s, those guys kind of led the way.
And that is something that he's completely.
James coaching staff.
This morning,
420 people out here today. The support this year and every year.
We got to bring our focus back to
tone that was set first period, and a lot of nerves and a lot of anxious play, but not unexpected. I think when you look at the type of roster that they have here this week, it's young, and it'd be one of the youngest in this tournament. 8 guys from the NHL draft back in Las Vegas are here. 8 of the 10 draft picks are in the lineup, or at least on the roster here this week, and that's unheard of in a lot of ways, to have that many teenagers making their first debut as members of the organization. So I think youth was the theme for sure. The older guys, not surprisingly, carried the way. The Lucas Siona, William Stromgren, and Sam Morton, the kind of middle 20s, those guys kind of led the way. But it settled in. There was definitely some nerves, though, and I think that comes part and parcel when you're wearing that uniform for the first time. Expect it to be a little bit different here tonight, and it was as the game wore on last night, too.
Colin Chalk also talked about that this morning as well, talking about how they were slow to start.
Sure.
Well, the Oilers were, especially in the first, second, and third period. So nerves are a common theme here, of course, a massive stage for a lot of these young prospects. And speaking of prospects, maybe what are one or two that are kind of catching your eye heading into game number 2 here tonight?
Well, I think for the Calgary Flames, you immediately look at the back end, and that's kind of where the stardom comes from. And you look back to their 9th overall pick back in June, and that's Zane Parekh. He was the defenseman, highly touted, and obviously comes with a lot of excitement. Got a chance to see him for the first time in July at development camp, and he is just sensational offensively with the puck. A guy that has so much poise, and I think as that game wore on last night, we saw that. We saw that evolution of a guy that's the kind of player he is. And Hunter Brustevich, he was obviously here at this tournament previously as a member of the Vancouver Canucks, acquired in that Elias Lindholm trade, and another guy that possesses some high-end offensive abilities. For the Calgary Flames, they had 3 of the top 20 scorers in the OHL last year, and Henry Muse is in that conversation Luke Misa, like guys that just have a lot of high-end ability, and I think, but young, right? Like we're talking 18, 19-year-old kids, and I think, you know, those are the guys we look at, but a lot of skill on the back end. They just need some time, and, you know, look for some of that to show a little better here tonight against Oilers.
How are the Flames looking in net heading into this weekend?
Yeah, you know, that's kind of their area of expertise. They got two guys that played pro coming out of college, so their goaltenders are 24, 25, and 26.
Sure what they saw, unless I'm seeing things. That was Andrew Bash's goal from Luke Misa, and Hunter Brstevich gets the second assist on that one. That made it 1-1, and then that goal we just saw, Sam Morton's second goal and third point of the tournament. It's the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1 as we start the second period here in Penticton. For our radio listeners on Sportsnet 960 The Fan, the Flames with their red jerseys on, moving from right to left on your radios in this second period. The Oilers with their whites from left to right. The Oilers trying to break it out, maybe get that forecheck going here in the second period as O'Reilly bounces it off the blade of Savoy's stick and in behind the Flames net. O'Reilly in there. Will swing it back to the left point over to Morelli. Morelli ends up giving the puck away, and it's thrown down the ice by Basha.
Oilers should use this opportunity to just slow it down a little bit. Derek, you and I talked about it. They're rushing too much in their own zone. Use these 90 seconds, now 33 seconds, just slow it down with the puck on your stick.
Puck gets fired in from center as Lajoie gets it in deep. After it, the guy who dropped the gloves in the first, Clattenburg, back to the right point. Lajoie slides it across the line. Oilers set up here is it's going to bounce up the near boards and back to the right point. Wander takes a pass from Lajoie, moves it top of the far circle, but stumbling is Wakely, and the Flames will skate it out. McNamara can't quite reach the puck as Lajoie goes back to get it. Flames will make a change as the Oilers bring it the other way. Here comes Berglund up the right wing side. Drops it. Wakely misses Berglund with return pass, and that's picked up by Winner in the far corner. Puck thrown to the left point. Here's Berglund, who's got the Oilers' only goal in this game. He'll rim it around as the Oilers back off to start changing. Jamieson trying to clear the zone for the Flames, as is Grushnikov, but the Oilers able to hold it in. Rube after it in behind the net. It's picked up in the near corner by Jamieson. Calgary native, played in the Blackfoot Minor Hockey Association, AAA for the Calgary North Stars, and attended Edge School as well. Must be an exciting time for him to put that Flaming C on. Comes Rube across the Flames line with a tricky little shot that ends up going just wide on the short side. Now Grube, after it behind the net, gets sandwiched off the puck by Hurtig and Jamieson as Oilers have gotten that forecheck going early in the second period, Tony.
Yes, they certainly do, and this is exactly what they need. Stay on your toes, get on the defense, because that defense was able to activate as much as they were because they were never pressured. Right now, the Oilers doing a much better job.
Here is Gradine, the 18-year-old, will bounce it up the near boards. Lipinski drops it, but his pass goes right between the two blue liners, and Muse will chase it down the ice.
A lot of big bodies, on the back end for the Calgary Flames.
Absolutely, and a little bit more experienced group. You talked about it the first period. 5 Oilers defensemen here on tryouts. Here comes Stromgren dangling in. Stromgren centering, looking for Honzak on the doorstep, but it bounces by him. Now Morton with a body check, knocks it away from Savoy. Flames trying to hold it in. Big hit by Stromgren again, but now the puck does squirt out. Morton has his stick lifted, the puck stolen. Savoy ends up putting it right on the tape of his opponent's stick, and now Muse will skate it down the ice. He drops it. Honzak shoots it and rips it just wide of Unger's net. Here come the Oilers the other day. Possible 2-1-1, but a great job by Brstevich to get back and break up that pass intended for Savoy.
Brstevich with a great heads-up play there. Read that all the way. Knew that pass was coming from Sam O'Reilly, and that's why his hockey IQ is as good as he read that from a mile away.
Here's Berglund. Bank it off the boards and into the Flame zone. Brstevich, after a shaky first period versus the Jets, has, at least in my opinion, been one of the Flames' best players in 3 periods plus since. Here's Morton now, probably their best guy at this tournament to this point. They'll backhand the puck in behind the Oilers net. Siona in there with a full head of steam on the forecheck. Gets held up along the end boards by Lajoie as we've got a stoppage and a penalty call coming up. And the Flames are going to head to their second power play of the hockey game.
Flames keep their feet moving here. They'll get another opportunity on the power play. They've already capitalized once. See if they can do it again. Lajoie was not moving his feet. Kind of got caught flat-footed there in the corner. As the Calgary Flames offense, and their speed is really on display right now, Derek. It's an activation for the back end, but the forwards also complementing that speed well. They're moving so well through that neutral zone, very structured and very controlled coming up the ice.
And speaking of speed, Tony, Lucas Siona.
Yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway for him from last year's YoungStars Classic was he had to work on his skating. It's something the organization really stressed. And talking to Flames assistant general manager Brad Pascal this morning, they're really happy with the work he put in, and you can see it. He's a lot quicker out there.
Definitely.
Here's Brustevich up the far boards. Flames trying to take a 2-goal lead. Brustevich near side to Misa, out in front looking for Bell, but it bounces off of him and onto the stick of Basha, who's got a goal in this game. Basha, far corner to Brustevich, top of the circle to Honzek. Honzek, bank it off the near boards to Misa. He'll slide it in behind the Oilers' net. Or Bell takes over. Bell with 3 great chances in the second period against the Jets. We'll see if he can bury one in the second against the Oilers. Here's Honzek now. Near side to Misa. Up top to Brustevich. Back to Misa, who sneaks in. Tries a pass. Has it blocked, but Brustevich is able to hold the puck in. Moves it far side. Basha with a hard pass across. Looking for Misa. He does knock it down low, and now it pops out in front. Honzek trying to get to it, but Unger gets his glove on the puck and freezes it for a face-off, and now a little bit more pushing and shoving. These players very well aware, even if it's their first one, that this is the Battle of Alberta, Tony.
Absolutely, and they're all trying to make a name for themselves, especially on the Oilers' back end. But the Calgary Flames right now attacking that seam, Derek. It's 2 or 3 times already in this power play where they've tried to attack that. We've already saw a power play marker scored like that off the stick of Basha, and they're relentlessly trying that right now. They're obviously seeing a gap, and they're hoping to keep going for it.
Always anxious to see who coaches use on special teams in events like this. And you've got Hunter Brustevich on one power play and Zane Parekh on the other. Not a bad 1-2 punch for the Flames. Those 2 guys finished 2-1, respectively. Brustevich 2, Parekh 1 in points by defensemen in the OHL last season. Here's Parekh, left wing side to Morton. Stick handles across the Oilers' blue line. Cuts to the right wing side and now walks it in behind Unger's net. Morton leaves it down low for Battaglia. He plays it right point, Parekh. Across to Stromgren, who shoots. Is stopped. It's loose in front, and the Oilers can't clear. Here's Parekh again. Here's circle to Stromgren. Tries to move it in front, but Morton kind of gets handcuffed, and the puck's scooped up by Grube, and he'll dump it down the ice.
They often say your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. That may have looked like a routine stop on camera, but however, he was battling through a couple of bodies here. Great stop there by Connor Unger.
Radin will get it in deep. Unger helps the Oilers gain possession of the puck, but they can't get out of the zone as Parekh holds it in right point, but now Battaglia turns it over. Does squirt loose for Stromgren, though, who's going to keep the puck in. Stromgren shoots, is stopped, it's loose in the blue paint, and the Flames can't knock it in the net. Does pop into the slot, though. Stromgren, far side, Gradin, near side, McNamara for the second time tonight, can't put the puck in an empty net. And out of the box, here come the Oilers. Lajoie in there 1-on-3, able to bowl his way out in front, but he can't tuck the backhand in. Good work there by Lajoie to be aware coming out of the penalty box and kind of made something out of nothing there, Tony.
Defenseman coming out of the box there, all, like you said, making something out of nothing. But was that a stop by Unger? We'll have to take a look at the replay there.
Here's a slap shot from the left wing side off the stick of Morelli, and puck ends up ricocheting out. Waugh will move it up the left wing side, and now Berglund will dump it right back in. 13:20 to play in the second period here in Penticton. The Oilers scored the first goal. Flames have the last 2. It is Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 in this YoungStars Classic Battle of Alberta. Morelli with a shot through some traffic that deflects just wide of Ignaciu's net. Puck back to the blue line, cutting across it. The Oilers trying to get that forecheck going again. It's been better in the second than it was in the first, but the Flames do manage to move the puck down the ice, and icing gets waved off. Here he is, Waugh. He'll bounce the puck into Flames territory. It gets touched, so no icing call on the play, and both teams will get some fresh legs on the ice, with Calgary now out shooting Edmonton 12-10 in a 1-goal hockey game. Here's Herdig. Up the middle of the ice and off the stick of Lang and deep into the Oilers zone. Winter back to get it. Being pressured. Puck cleared up the far boards. Not out of the zone. Now the Oilers get it out, and chasing it into Flames territory is DeJong. Catches up to it in the corner as Grushnikov falls. DeJong in tight. Grube stick handling behind the net. Bumped off the puck and now knocked out of the ice by Grushnikov, who pitchforks it back to the blue line but not out. It's fired behind the net by Lajoie. Big collision along the near boards as DeJong gets a shot off. It's free out in front of the net, and it looked like Nickel just handcuffed himself. Maybe he tried to make one too many moves instead of putting the puck on net there. Puck to the left point, held in at the line by Davidson. He gets it down low. Others trying to jam it in, whacking and hacking away as De Jong, and ends up bouncing back into the far corner. Things pick it up here in Penticton. Brustevich trying to slow things down and get the puck out, but he can't. And now Grushnikov, the defensive defenseman, works it up the far side to Lang, but not out of the zone as it's slapped towards the net by Corbet. Knocked down in front. Flames still fail to get the puck out of the zone, though. Wonders have them hemmed in here. And now Nickel's going to take over in the far face-off circle. Nickel throws it to the net, and the Flames finally gain possession of the puck. Brustevich tried to use good draw weight there and ice it without putting himself and his teammates in a position where they couldn't change, but right through the end of the rink there. And now the Oilers, with the tired Flames team across from them, will have an offensive zone face-off and a chance to tie this game at 2.
And Colin Chack tapping the shoulder of Sam O'Reilly's line, so it's 22-72-64. This is a supposed top line for the Edmonton Oilers, looking to capitalize.
Boy, Unger, an incredible stick stop.
It was a stick save.
Keep his team within 1. Here's O'Reilly. Flames are tired, need to make a change, but first they have to get the puck out. O'Reilly takes it in behind the net, makes a short pass, and now Clattenburg will leave it in the far corner. Here is Savoy. Back to the blue line. Waugh kicks the puck to his stick. Makes a pass. Clattenburg tried a one-timer, but it's off the heel of his stick. And now here is Lavoie again, but he has his pass picked off. And finally, the Flames have some time and space, and Bell will softly float the puck down the ice, and the Flames make a much-needed line change. We don't have shift length times for this YoungStars Classic, but those guys had to be out there for more than 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Now here's Misa centering it, looking for Basha in front. Just misses his stick. Lavoie send it out to center. Clattenburg will dump it in behind the Flames net. Oilers making a change here as Calgary continues to lead Edmonton 2-1. And this game getting better as we go here. Puck in behind the Oilers net. Wayner trying to get it out. Flames trying to start something in the forecheck. Siona with a body check along the end boards. Basha battling forward in the near quarter as well. Misa able to pick up the loose puck and drop it. Jamieson moves it far side. Parekh shoots right off the goal post. It's loose in front and is whacked wide by Basha. Puck to the left point to Jamieson. Jamieson rink wide to Parekh. Parekh dumps the puck into the near quarter. Jamieson gets spun down to the ice as the puck squirts into the slot. Basha can't corral it, though. The Oilers managed to move it out, and now Jamieson will dump it right back in.
A little back and forth here. The Oilers were applying some pressure. That was a shift dominated by the Calgary Flames. Should be an interesting back half of this game.
Oilers throw it down the ice. Will sneak a change in as Morton moves the puck out, and now Stromgren comes in up the left wing side, spins, waits for some reinforcements, puts the puck towards the net, and it trickles wide and into the far corner. And now Berglund has got the Oilers' only goal. Back it up and behind his net. In the near corner, Waugh trying to get it out, and with some help, the Oilers do clear it down the ice. Morton back to get it for the Flames. Tries to make a bank pass to Hanzek, who gets all tangled up with Lajoie, and the Flames have to chase it back into their own territory. Here's Herdig up the middle. Puck bounces away from Morton. Does get in there with a full head of steam on the forward check, but is beaten to the puck by Lajoie. And now Desjardins will move it into Flames territory. Parekh quickly swats it back out, and Waugh will take over inside of the Oilers' end. 8:30 to play in the second period. It is still Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 here in Penticton. Battaglia after the puck in the Oilers' zone drops it. McNamara bounces it off a skate, and it's a little bit too far for Gradin to reach, and here comes Grube the other way. Grube in up the right wing side, shoots right into the flaming C on the front of Ignatiu's jersey, and he'll hold on. And now McNamara and Grube exchange some shots as the Battle of Alberta continues to heat up here at South Okanagan Event Center. 8:13 to play in period number 2. It is the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1 at the YoungStars Classic.
Hey everyone, it's Leon Draisaitl here. Told you guys last year that Oktoberfest was going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be even better this year. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Prost.
Flames fans, the future is here. With the announcement of our new arena, Scotia Place, there's no better time to become a Calgary Flames season ticket member. Enjoy savings of up to 40% off single game ticket prices and get exclusive access to events and opportunities to meet the team. Plus, you'll be first in line for Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Be a part of the action live and experience every moment from your very own seat. Head to CalgaryFlames.com/tickets today to secure your spot. Here's Valani.
Get ready. The highly anticipated Hitman home opener is Sunday, September 29. Be there as the Calgary Hitmen mark the start of their 30th season. Cheer them on against the Lethbridge Hurricanes and take part in home opener celebrations like player introductions to kick off another year of Hitman hockey. Plus, it's Sunday Fun Day presented by Brookfield Residential with reduced ticket prices, fun concourse activities, and food and beverage deals. Your team, our community. Score your tickets today at hitmanhockey.com/tickets.
Pretty good crowd on hand here at South Okanagan Event Center for the Saturday night showdown between the Flames and the Oilers. Tony, only 3 goals scored, and we're halfway through the second period in this hockey game, but both teams have had a ton of chances.
Absolutely, trading chances back and forth here, and McNamara probably looking skyrocketing. Can't believe that he couldn't get it done. I apologize, I left my mic off. There you go. But McNamara had a couple of great chances, looking skyward twice after both of those chances. But the Oilers doing a much better job of now controlling the puck, and that's exactly what they need to do a little bit better. And they're now supporting each other as well and also finishing their checks, Derek.
Blocking behind the Flames net. Oilers have done a much better job spending more time in the offensive zone in the second period than they did in the first. Still got a 1-goal game, though. Puck to the left point. Held into the line by Corbet. Corbet trying to get to the net as it chopped off a stick at the last second. Corbet battling with Gradin now as the Flames clear the puck out to center. DeJong after it inside the blue line. Can't come up with it. As Jamieson will back it up to Perek. Slaps a pass back to his partner, and he'll work it up the left wing side to Battaglia. He dumps it right in on Unger. And the Oilers goaltender doesn't like what he sees, so he'll cover the puck with his glove and hold on. And Tony, as we get set for the start of the preseason and the start of the regular season, expectations in the two Alberta cities very different. Sportsnet just released their power rankings. The Flames 31. The Oilers, the odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup. Where's your head at as you get set for a season coming off a loss in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final?
You know what? Of course, a lot of heartbreak for the Edmonton Oilers, but an opportunity to learn, and that's what it's ultimately going to come down to. The best teams and the best franchises in the world, they use the losses to learn and hopefully navigate through their championship window a little bit better as the Oilers now possibly, Derek, extending that championship window with the 8-year extension of Leon Draisaitl, obviously boding well with the upcoming Connor McDavid extension is coming as well.
I don't think Draisaitl signs for 8 unless he knows McDavid's going to do the same.
Exactly.
Lock is cleared out to center. Verstevich makes a bank pass up the far boards ahead to Bell. And drops the puck off to Lipinski. Lipinski with a shorthanded goal last night. Gives it to Grushnikov, and he gets checked. And now the Oilers will knock it out. And it's picked up by O'Reilly, who's going to play it in. And up the right wing side to Clattenburg. Clattenburg trying to drive the net as it knocked away. As Grushnikov will work it up the left wing side. Lipinski trying to clear the zone. He can't, but Bell does move it up the middle of the ice to Lang. And he'll shoot it in. Hunter Lang, the son of Quinton, who played pro for 14 seasons, including parts of 4 in the NHL with the Blackhawks and Capitals. And did spend 3 seasons with the Flames organization with the Abbotsford Heat and was captain there for a couple of seasons. So good bloodlines for Hunter. Now Siona's going to dump it in behind the Oilers' net. Unger, stick handling, will backhand it up the near boards. Trying to clear it out is Stefan. Speaking of good bloodlines, Flames do hold it in. Siona will slip the puck in behind the net. Ends up bouncing right back to him. Now he'll play at right point. Blocking the line is Muse. Back to Siona with a one-time shot right into the gut of the goaltender. And Unger, who's been sharp, holds on.
Definitely, Derek. So we talked about the Edmonton Oilers at the top of those power rankings. The Calgary Flames at 31. But listen, every franchise goes through these stages. And they had a pretty big draft. 10 pickups, 8 of them playing here in this game, Derek.
And the Flames tend to do better when expectations are low as opposed to high. So for me, my first season was 2014, 2015. Nobody thought they had a chance to make the playoffs. They clinched a spot and game number 81. They won their first-round series versus the Canucks before losing in the second round to the Ducks. So they surprised a lot of people that season. I wonder if they can maybe do it again this season. Here's Parekh with a shot, knocked down, and now Morton with a shot that bounces off a body and wide to the near corner. Sam Morton just keeps creating chances for himself. He's already got 2 goals and 3 points in this tournament.
He's been the best player on the ice.
And now an icing call here. Flames will have another offensive zone face-off. Now down 14-13 in shots to the Oilers, but it's Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 in this YoungStars Classic Battle of Alberta.
Now, Derek, picking up right where we left off on the last stoppage of play. 8 of those picks playing in this one, including Zane Parekh. How big of a pickup is that for the Flames in the organization?
Well, huge, just because his ceiling is so high offensively. Has a little bit to learn defensively. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but he'll go back to the Saginaw Spirit where he won an OHL championship last year. I guess I shouldn't jump to that conclusion already, but I would feel pretty comfortable at least writing that in pencil for the 18-year-old. But he has drawn comparisons to Erik Karlsson, who will, as a multiple Norris Trophy winner, someday be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So if Zane Parekh can turn into that type of player, a high-end offensive defenseman, he just gives the Flames something that they haven't had in quite some time. So fans are really excited about him for sure.
And 96 in 66 games with Saginaw. Also 64 penalty minutes. Not afraid to get in the thick of it.
Here's Basha, who's been impressive in this tournament. Sails the puck up the far side. Muse will whack it in behind the Oilers' net. Basha's got it back. He spins. He centers. Misa shoots. Is denied. And can't knock the rebound in. Boy, nice puck movement there by the Flames, who came close to taking a 2-goal lead. Here's Siona in behind the Oilers' net. Siona will move it far corner. Puck bounces back to the blue line to Muse, right point. Muse will move it far corner. In there fighting for it is Siona. Siona has that big body, but moving a lot better this year than he did at this time last year. And you can certainly see that's paid dividends for him. Oilers now do clear it as it's backhanded in by Heslop, and they'll make a much-needed change. The Flames try to catch them on it. Basha turns the puck over. It is picked up by Misa, and he'll shoot it in behind Unger's net. Just under 5 minutes to play in the second period now. Shots on goal, 14-14. The Oilers had a 1-0 lead, but the Flames scored 2 before the end of the first, and it's Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1 still. There have been a plethora of opportunities for both sides in the second period, Tony. It's hard to believe we haven't had another goal.
Absolutely.
Here's Stromgren now, right point. Now Brstevich across to Grushnikov, who drops it off to Stromgren. Getting stronger as this tournament goes on. He shoots right into the Oilers' crest in the front of Unger's jersey, and Unger will hold on.
Connor Unger having a pretty strong second period here. Was kind of struggling with the rebound control in the opening 20 minutes. So far in the opening 16 minutes of this period, he's had to be calm, cool, and collected. Very steady, making a couple of big saves on the PK. Another one there from the point. And that one right in front, that was not an easy save. Got out there, shot out to his left, but had to go across the green and make that save with his blocker. Excellent job keeping that stick and blocker in play and making a play there for the Edmonton Oilers.
Must be a special night for Connor Unger, a Calgary native. Played in the Springbank Minor Hockey Association and AAA for the Calgary Bronx, Flames, and Bruins, playing against his hometown team here at the YoungStars Classic.
I mean, a lot of NHL players have said in the past their welcome to the NHL moment was playing against the team they grew up watching. So, like you said, a pretty special night for Connor Unger, and looking to be a first-year pro next year, likely starting the year either in Bakersfield or Fort Wayne. But like you said, coming off a pretty terrific season over in U Sports at Brock.
Face-off coming up to Unger's right. McNamara, who has had 2 grade A-plus opportunities to put the puck in his opponent's net tonight. Missed them both. Out there to take the draw as he lines up against O'Reilly. The Oilers' only first-round pick this year. Looks like a good one. Puck gets slid down the ice. Brstevich back to get it. O'Reilly in hot pursuit of him as Brstevich gets there first and bounces it up the near boards. Right into Battaglia's feet, though. And now Savoy's going to steal it, try to center it. Clattenburg tripped up. It's loose in the blue paint, and Ignatiu gets his glove on it and holds on. And this Oilers line starting to get things going. O'Reilly between Clattenburg and Savoy, and there's a lot of talent there, Tony, so I think it was only a matter of time.
Lots of talent indeed, and you talk about Sam O'Reilly being the lone first-round pick for the Edmonton Oilers, and what a pickup. I mean, a couple of years ago, Derek, he was playing defense. growing up before he joined the London Knights. And then they had him playing wing, and then they decided to, Mark Hunter did, to play him at center. And right now they're finding that number 72, at least number 72 here tonight, is finding a little bit more success when he pivots the line. It looks like the Edmonton Oilers are going to go on the power play there, Derek.
Yes, and a guy who would probably be out there in the penalty kill for the Flames is instead in the penalty box, and that is Artem Grushnikov, who chopped down his man, Connor Clattenburg, and that leads to an Oilers power play and an opportunity for them to tie this game at 2. Flames who've done a good job in the faceoff circle, win the draw, but can't get the puck out, at least not yet. Bounces around a bit. Here's O'Reilly. Great pass. Savoy shoots off the outside of the net. What a pass by O'Reilly to find Savoy, who just missed tying the game. And now O'Reilly to Savoy, to Morelli, far side. As the Oilers set up their power play, Petrov trying to move it in front. Instead, the puck rims around and right out. And Morelli will have to chase it back into his own zone.
What a pass indeed. Interesting development as the second period has gone on. Number 72 has looked considerably more comfortable as opposed to the opening 4 periods of this Young Star Classic.
And sometimes that happens, even for first-round picks who have high expectations coming into this tournament. It takes them a period, maybe a game, maybe even a little bit longer to get comfortable. They're playing at a level here at the YoungStars Classic that they probably never played at. You're playing against older guys in their mid-20s, so there's an adjustment period for those fellas.
And you talk about that first-round pick. You also put some pressure on your own shoulders to perform. You're looked at as a guy who's an offensive force here, especially in the opening game when your team was having a tough time not only creating offense, but also just even getting out of their own zone. So number 72 puts a lot of weight on his shoulders. He's a proud player, and right now he's playing very well in the second.
And there's no huge names at this year's YoungStars Classic. I remember my first time here was Johnny Gaudreau, and then some big names in year number 2, Connor McDavid and Sam Bennett, and Leon Draisaitl played in this tournament. They've got some really good players on the 4 teams here in Penticton this weekend, but I wouldn't say they've got any of those generational guys that we've seen in the past.
And any level that Johnny Gaudreau played at, he always dazzled. Always dazzled. Will miss number 13.
Wankley gets the puck in deep. 30 seconds remaining in the Grushnikov penalty. 2:12 to play in the second period. It's still the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1. Unger will set the puck up. Now Water will walk it up the middle and move it up the right wing side. Grube across center. Gives it to DeJong, who tries to give it back to Grube on the give and go, but the puck ends up bouncing by him. And the Flames, Lang, will dump it down the ice. That's just about do it for the Grushnikov penalty. Flames back to full strength as the Oilers come in and try to tie this thing up. After it in behind the net is Nickel. Gets beaten to that puck by Herdig. And now it's picked up by Morton. Bounces it off the stick and up the near side of Grushnikov. He gives it to Parekh, who knocks it out to the neutral zone. Nickel back to get it. Backs the puck up. And now Morelli moves it ahead to Grube. Grube gets to the Flames blue line. It gets angled off by Honzek as he dumps it in behind Ignatiu's net. Stromgren will grab it in the near corner for the Flames. Stromgren makes a nice outlet pass. And now Herdig. Move it right wing side to Morton, who bobbles it. The Oilers hold it in as Corbet dumps it in behind the Flames net with now a minute remaining in the middle stanza here in Penticton. Stromgren makes a blind backhand pass ahead to Morton. We've got a long 2-on-1. Morton in, puts on the brakes, drops the puck, looking for Parekh coming in late. Parekh now tries a shot, but it doesn't get through to the goaltender, and he gets body slammed by Clattenburg.
That was an excellent back check by Sam O'Reilly to negate that pass. Well done by number 72.
Parekh and Clattenburg appear to be playing twister out there. Puck back to the Flames blue line as Grushnikov will give it to Parekh. Spins away from Clattenburg. Now Stromgren will scoop it up with half a minute remaining in the second period. Shoots it in behind the Oilers net. Unger out to get it. Work it into the left wing corner. And now Davidson lifts it up and out. And Grushnikov will grab it and fire it off the glass and right back in. Artem Grushnikov, one of the big pieces coming back from the Stars in that Chris Tanev trade. And they think he could be that type of player, a defensive defenseman, plays physically, likes to block shots. Here comes Basher for the Flames. But they're going to run out of time as the horn sounds to signal the end of the second period here in Penticton, BC. Plenty of chances for both Calgary and Edmonton. In my opinion, the Oilers were probably the better of the 2 teams in that second period, but to the Flames, took a 2-1 lead at the dressing room through 20 minutes and still have a 2-1 lead following 40 minutes here at the South Okanagan Event Center.
Yeah, Derek, the Oilers were able to get some things going after killing off that early penalty. Once they killed off that penalty and made a couple of really nice plays in the defensive zone, especially with that cross-seam pass, it looked like their confidence was starting to fuel up a little bit, and that's exactly what we saw. The Oilers were moving their feet, forechecking, finishing their checks. But the main thing, Derek, they were doing is they were supporting each other a lot more. You can see a lot more triangles in the offensive zone, which is why we saw a little bit more possession for the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, Derek, the Calgary Flames hoping to bounce back and maybe have a period much like the first period, because they were definitely the better team in the opening 20.
Recap of what happened in the opening period, because there was no scoring in the second period. Carl Berglund scoring from Matt Savoy to make it 1-0 Oilers before. And again, they're still crediting the goal to Hunter Brustevich, but he did not score it. He got the second assist on it. It's Andrew Basha scoring his first of the tournament from Luke Misa and Hunter Brustevich to make the game 1-1. And then Sam Morton picking up his second goal and third point of the tournament. William Stromgren and Sam Honzek get the assist on that one. It was 2-1 Flames after one. It's still 2-1 Calgary after two. But again, the Edmonton Oilers with a much better second period. We'll see where this preseason Battle of Alberta goes in the third. Well, the Oilers, as a team that is clearly in their window to win, didn't have a lot of draft picks at their disposal at the NHL draft in Las Vegas this summer. But here's a behind-the-scenes look at what happened during that draft.
After one of the most crushing defeats in Sunrise, Florida, Oilers management and the Oilers brass still had to get to work. We know what happened in Game 7 on Monday night in Sunrise, Florida. Tuesday was a flight home back to Edmonton, a quick regroup. This team was going back on the road to Vegas for the 2024 NHL draft. Now, Rick Precy, who's the director of amateur scouting for the Edmonton Oilers, him and his team, they were strategizing all week. And the results, they're hoping they speak for themselves.
Both kids are smart. Both kids have size. An analytics standpoint, Michael, what do you got on these three? Anything that spikes?
You know, it's been a new process with Rick coming in, which it's been really refreshing. Has a different approach to certain things, which were kind of fun to deal with.
At the draft, we're going to be having two sheets. Sheet 1 is going to be our draft list. We'll have just the name, position, height, weight, date of birth, player type, and projection. So that's sheet 1, just pure information. And then sheet 2 is going to be our plan.
Using a sophisticated system and obviously their communication avenues, the scouting staff put together all the work that they've been compiling all throughout the season. Now, we get to see the product on the ice, but this staff is at work behind closed doors nearly 24/7.
But you guys make the call.
Yeah, I think we should keep the guy in play.
Keep him in play. But right now, like, he's going to be a target guy in round 6 and 7. And I want our list to reflect the way we want it. And it's always, what you're saying yes to, make sure you're saying no to. I get it. If he falls and he has size, skill, we had high expectations coming in, I would still like him available, personally.
If we draft him, I think we have to be aware of it. It's going to take time for him.
I think expectations on a longer term I think it's suitable.
Yeah.
Now, going into the 2024 NHL draft, the Edmonton Oilers did not have a first-round pick. Of course, that was given up in a trade to acquire Sam Carrick and Adam Henrique, and of course, the latter playing a big part in the 2024 playoffs.
Well, I think there's maybe some strain on it, but that's the price of winning. When you have, less draft capital over the years, it's sort of, it takes its toll. And then it's our job to find prospects, regardless if we're void of a first-round pick or not. We all want that first pick to make you feel nice, warm, and fuzzy. But at 64, there's two ways we're looking at it, right? Like the highest upside and the ability to find a way to play.
Now, Rick Precy and his team, they're using all the data they can. And I'm not only talking about data that you find on a sheet. Yes, height is important, weight is important, the number of goals he scores is important, points are important, but these are scouts that have talked to the players, talked to their head coaches, their assistant coaches, their general managers, just to get an understanding of these players and hopefully make the right call when their team is on the clock.
I was a little concerned just from the coaches' comments. Background checks, interviews, phone calls, coaches, teachers, billets, trainers, minor hockey coaches, you name it. Some investigative journalism.
You know, there might be a little bit of a difference of opinion between the coach and, okay, where this kid's at hockey-wise. And I think the coach is just holding him back because he wants it back.
So you're really trying to get to know the players, try to get to know their family background, their hockey background, when they start, you know, how do they start.
He has way more potential to be stronger in a few years.
Awesome, buddy. I got to go. We got to talk to a prospect here. But as always, thanks for the info.
Anytime you just call me, I'm ready.
Out of it.
Once we traded that first pick, you don't completely shy away from those guys. You still got to pay attention to it, but you know, we concentrated more on the pick we were going to have in the second round. If for some reason if he gets through, we could potentially entertain him there. Also, if we missed on goaltender at the second round. Fifth round at 160, we're hoping to get somebody in our top 90. Lots of variety, but we're looking for something special, trying to find something with that it factor. How he built his lists and that type of thing was a little bit different for us, you know, looking more at priority players and building a schedule.
I think everything that you wanted on that, right?
We might not even need the position.
In hand? Okay, that's figured because the goalies aren't anywhere else. We can put all of that stuff in there.
Right. Justin Mahi will have the list here in about an hour, and he'll do his magic, making it look nice and pretty, and it'll be organized, and we'll have a plan. Just putting the range on the goalies.
Yeah.
Top 90.
Yeah.
Because if we ever got lucky, let's chase them. Okay, done.
Good.
So lots of prep, lots of organizing, and we feel good. So somebody will keep track of guys that we don't have to get selected. Maybe we'll have somebody do positions just to make sure type of thing we're on. I had a list in my book. This was 4 a.m. when I was looking at it. Staring at that frickin' ceiling. What a life. Don't try and get too cute. The more you try and make something fit, the more mistakes you make. Don't overthink it. Listen. Go with your gut. Okay. Can we take a quick look by position and by league?
Welcome back inside the South Okanagan Event Center. Pleased to be joined with by the general manager of the Calgary Flames, Craig Conroy now. And Craig, maybe just before we get into all things prospects and eventually main camp, get your thoughts on 40 minutes here and maybe a little bit more settled in from your group here over the last night.
Yeah, I thought we had a slow start last night, but I thought they did some good things to be able to come back and tie it up 2-2 and then go down 3-2 and tie it back up. And then a little mistake there in overtime. But, I thought the effort was there all night. And the same thing, they feel a little bit more sharp. The passing looks better. Yeah. They're making more plays. And, we've had a couple empty nets. We just can't bang them in there. So maybe we'll get a couple in the third.
But we talked at the start of the week, and this is a younger group, maybe younger than you've had here in Penticton in a long time. Probably, nice to see those.
Well, let's start with where were you? What was your reaction when you heard the news that Leon had to sign that extension and was committing here?
He just sent me a text and let me know ahead of time, and obviously it's great. I'm really happy for him and his family. Well deserved. He deserves every penny, and happy he's here for a real long time.
I don't know if anybody's super surprised about it, but there was obviously a lot of talk about it in this market and with Oilers fans for a while. Just that feeling of having it done, like knowing it's 9 more years, it's all locked up. You don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, it's exciting for him. It's exciting for the organization, the fans. Exciting for everybody. Something that he doesn't have to worry about. Doesn't have to answer that question or anything like that anymore, and it's good for him.
As it gets done for him, it's on the horizon for you. I know it's probably not something you want to do with all year. What would you say about having this window where it won't be too long before you can start talking about an extension, your feelings and thoughts on being here long term? Kind of where your head's at on all that?
Yeah, it's something that I'm not going to worry about or really deal with. It's a question that I'll answer once, and and that's
I'm worried about this year. I'm worried about being ready for the season, both myself personally and the group. And that's where my focus is at. It's not on anything else. That stuff takes care of itself. It's not something I'm worried about.
When you look back sort of 10 or 12 years, this organization was kind of in a dark place, and now you look at it now, you're a contender, guys are locking in for life, free agents are coming here on a discount. Can you kind of speak to the evolution of where the franchise has come in the time?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. And changed for the better. That's a credit to a lot of people, starting with the Cates family first and foremost, and the investments they put in, not only to the downtown area and the rink and the building and everything like that, but how they treat the players. Everything is first class. We're treated real well. Take care of anything and all worries for the players, and I think guys obviously appreciate that, and it translates to success on the ice, I believe. If the players are well taken care of, they got nothing else to do other than worry about playing hockey.
For a while, this city was on a lot of teams, a lot of players' no trade lists, and that seems to have changed now. This has become a destination city of the organization. What changed, and what do you feel like? Why do guys want to come here now and play here and try and win a championship?
Well, obviously winning helps, and being part of winning teams helps, goes a long way. I think obviously the building helps. You spend maybe half your time, maybe more of your time in the rink, and our building is completely first class, and again, the way we're treated is great. And I think for people that haven't experienced Edmonton, don't know Edmonton, it's really easy living. It's really convenient living. There's no hour drive. There's no traffic, although, the construction could be better, but, it's really convenient living. It's really easy living, stress-free living. So, it checks a lot of boxes for a lot of guys. It's not the beach or it's not beautiful weather all the time, but we're here to play hockey and we're here to be a part of something, and I think guys want to do that.
And the media is awesome.
That's right.
Connor, you're coming off the shortest summer of your career. I'm just curious what your summer looked like in terms of training and how much different it was than maybe previous years.
Obviously it was a little bit different. I didn't love the start I had last year, both personally and for the group. Definitely learned a lot of lessons that way. The goal is to peak in early October, not necessarily early September. So, yeah.
Came off such a long season last year. How important is it to kind of, look at the season in short intervals, if you will, and not look too far forward? I think Leon talked about that a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, you can't get ahead of yourself. We talk about lessons and implementing them as you go. And last year a big lesson would have been not getting ahead of yourself and taking care of what's in front of you. I think our group was, while it had good intentions. I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves coming out of the gates, and obviously it showed. So you can just take care of what's in front of you, and for us, that's getting ready to go for a big camp and going from there.
Was that Arvidsson who banged into you yesterday?
That was Arvidsson, yeah.
A pain to play against, but he introduced himself interesting way.
I was just as at fault as he was, but kind of funny how it worked out. I guess old habits, right? Sometimes you can't shake it.
The additions that you've made here, you brought in some guys to get some more depth up front, some subtractions too, but how do you feel about where you're starting here?
Yeah, we've got better in a lot of areas, and a lot of areas have changed. I think, I love the additions that we've made. I think we'll miss some of the guys that we've lost. With that being said, that's the NHL, that's the salary cap era, that's part of being a good team that's right up against the cap. That's, things happen, and it's the unfortunate part of the game, but, there's lots of good players in this organization and a chance for guys to show what they have.
Playing against Arvidsson in playoff series is probably the truest test of what a guy can do and what he's like. What's your takeaway from a couple of playoff series against 33?
It's always dangerous. He's always dangerous on the ice. He's so sneaky, works hard, so competitive, wins battles, annoying to play against, obviously. Somebody that you for sure rather have on your team, and he's one of the guys that I'm really excited about. I think I think he's going to fit in great here.
Speaking of new additions, Jeff Skinner also really one of the big guys coming in here. What's it like to have the opportunity to potentially play like a pure shooter like that this season?
Yeah, somebody that has scored a lot of goals in this league, played in this league a long time, understands how to produce, and score goals. Definitely a great opportunity for him and for our centerman to gel with him and produce some offensively. But at the end of the day, producing offensively has never been necessarily our struggle. So, yeah.
Does the wedding ring affect the hands at all out there under the glove?
So far, so good.
It's such a long journey from where you start here to where you want to end up. How do you kind of just pace yourself? I know the focus is kind of day to day, but the goal is at the end. It's a long ways away.
In terms of the season, you mean? Yeah, I mean, I think lots of guys are here already. Obviously, there's some excitement, getting going here, and obviously you do have to pace yourself a little bit. Saw it last year; it didn't work in our favor, but I think we got a great approach, great mindset in here, and we'll make sure we're ready to go.
It's the shortest offseason franchise history, obviously shortest one for you. That you went through it. How do you feel? Is it noticeably different for going that short, or is there benefits to being short?
I mean, maybe a little bit of both. I'd be lying if I said that I wouldn't like another 3 weeks of working out, maybe, just to catch up on some things, maybe. But at the end of the day, we're all professionals. We all take care of our bodies. We take care of ourselves. And, just excited to get going. The itch is coming back a little bit. So, just excited to be back and get going with the guys.
What do you know about Arvidsson? You played against him a lot, and there's a pretty good chance he's going to start in your wing. What is it that you respect from a distance and maybe that you look to kind of get to know firsthand up close?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've played against him lots in the last couple of years, and always thought he was super dangerous. Was always a little extra cautious when he was on the ice, it felt like, and obviously really good hockey sense, really hard-working guy that knows how to play the game, and I'm really excited to get to know him a little bit and create some chemistry with him, and I think we could be a really good pair.
It's a team that goes deep in the playoffs is expected to go deep in the playoffs every year. Does that put the regular season in a different perspective for you guys? Not that it doesn't matter, because it does. You got to make the playoffs. You have to get your team in order, but the playoffs and what it's all about.
I think our focus is on the regular season right now.
Thing goes in the third for our radio listeners. The Flames put their red jerseys on, moving from left to right on your radios here in period number 3. The Oilers put their whites from right to left. Puck brought out by Siona. Crosses the red line, gets to the Oilers' blue line and dumps it in. And Lajoie will pick it up in behind the net. It's bumped all on the end boards by the much smaller Misa. The Oilers do break out with it. Here's Stefan across the red line. He'll backhand the puck in as both teams start to change just 40 seconds into the third period here at South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton, BC. Both the Flames and the Oilers looking for their first win of this YoungStars Classic. Calgary defeated 4-3 in overtime by the Winnipeg Jets yesterday. Edmonton shut out 2-0 by the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers trying to tie this thing up. Collision along the far boards. A little scary there. Clattenburg running into Honzek. Got his knee out of the way just in time. His puck squirts free and is knocked out to the neutral zone by Stromgren. Comes in up the right wing side, stops, spins, and tries to make a pass, but it's read and intercepted by Savoy. He drops, Davidson shoots, is stopped, big rebound off the chest of Ignatiu, and the Oilers can't corral it. They do hold it in. Davidson with another shot, and he sails over top of the Flames net. Now Lavoie into the far corner. Nickel trying to protect the puck, is ridden off of it by Perek, as Morton will scoop it up, spin away from the forechecking De Jong, and leave it in behind the net for Perek. Makes a hard pass as the puck deflects to Morton, who crosses center and dumps it into Oilers territory. And with Gradine making a beeline towards his net. Unger wisely hangs on for a face-off.
Hyde Davidson on a 2-on-1 with Matt Savoy there, and a great stop there by Ignacio. You can see right here the defenseman electing to shoot the puck and not pass over to his forward counterpart. That was the right decision because the Flames defenseman was in the zone, and then Hyde Davidson gets another chance. This time tries to go high blocker, just misses the net, but Ignacio needing to be strong in the opening minute in this one.
Now, Valtteri Ignacio, in case you missed it earlier, Hockey Allsvenskan goaltender of the year last season. The Flames pretty high on him. And the Oilers hoping that things work out well for Connor Unger, an unusual route to professional hockey. Parts of 5 seasons in the Western Hockey League with the Brandon Wheat Kings and Moose Jaw Warriors, and then spent last season with the Brock University Badgers. But, you know, there is a goaltender playing for the Vegas Golden Knights who went a similar route.
Absolutely. That just goes to show there's not just one path to the National Hockey League. If you stick with it, good things will happen. Good on Connor Unger as he looks to make his first professional start in the fall.
And follow in the footsteps of Logan Thompson. Face-off coming up to Unger's right. Lang wins that draw. Gradine tries to get a shot off, but it gets blocked with Grube getting in the way of that one. And now the puck ends up squirting out to center. Here's Muse off the boards and right back into Oilers territory. Wall bank it off the end boards into the far quarter to Morelli. Tries to clear it out and can't. Puck out along the near boards by the Flames. McNamara, who had 2 grade A chances tonight. It's the puck in deep. Lang's in there on the forecheck for the Flames, but it's Wow who picks the puck up for the Oilers and flips it up the far side to DeJong, and he'll drop it to Morelli, who's able to protect the puck from a forechecking Flame and Lang. Give it to Nickel, and he'll dump it in behind of Ignacio's net. Oilers making a change as you approach the 3-minute mark of the third period in a 1-goal game here in Penticton. Here's Lajoie, near circle, with a shot that pinballs around in front and deflects just wide of the Flames' net. Lang's got it again, and he'll softly flip the puck out as Lajoie knocks it down and moves it up the middle to Nickel. Tries to give the puck to Laurier, or make that Desjardins. I knew I was going to mix up Vincent Desjardins. At least going to happen once tonight. Vincent Desharnais, big boy for the Oilers. We got a battle forward inside of Edmonton territory. Bell trying to dig it free, but ends up squirting away from him and slides down the ice. That should be and will be an icing call.
Derek, the one thing that's so noticeable by the team in red is how much they move off the puck. They always seemingly have someone supporting no matter what happens. If there is a turnover, yes, they got bit on it twice, one of them in the back of their net. But for the most part, the Calgary Flames doing a great job of possessing that puck, but also supporting in case something happens. The team in red right now doing a little bit better job moving off the puck.
Lipinski will take the draw for the Flames. Lined up against Berglund for the Oilers. He's got their only goal. Oilers win that defensive zone draw. And we'll bring the puck out to center. Desjardins moving it up the middle, looking for Berglund, who gets tied up. And we've got a penalty call coming up. Looks like Lipinski's the guilty guy. Both teams have had 2 power plays. Oilers getting set to head to a third with an opportunity to tie this Battle of Alberta at 2.
In each of the last power plays, the second power play unit for the Edmonton Oilers actually mustered a little bit more chances. So we'll see if the first unit here, looks like it is going to be Sam O'Reilly and his group. So the first unit gets the tap right away. We'll see if they can get a little bit more going. We need to see a little bit more from the team in white, and especially that first power play unit.
Face-off coming up to Ignacio's left. Misa will take it and win it for the Flames. And now Brstevich, seeing time on both the power play and the penalty kill, will shoot the puck down the ice.
Another defensive win for the Calgary Flames.
Morelli setting up in behind the net. A defensive defenseman who won gold with Canada at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup and at the World Under-18 Championships this year. Runners having to chase it back into their own zone. Good work here on the penalty kill by Siona. In their 1-on-3, able to kill off some time as, backs off. The puck gets brought out by O'Reilly. Works it up the left wing side, and Petrov will dump it in behind Ignacio's net. Flames goaltender has been pretty good at handling the puck, knocks it down and tries to clear it, but it's held in right wing side by O'Reilly. Centers it, and a shot is sent sailing over top of the net by Petrov. Oilers trying to get their power play set up. Petrov banks it off the boards, comes back to him, tries to get it in deep, but it's picked up and cleared out by Brstevich. Hunter Brstevich getting stronger and stronger as this tournament progresses. And now McNamara finds an opening and dumps it down the ice with 55 seconds remaining, and the Flames penalty to Lipinski.
Matvei Petrov had an opportunity wide open in the middle on that power play. Almost double clutched on that shot. Second-guessed himself and shot it way too high.
Haslip trying to feed it in front, but it bounces off the stick, and the puck deflects over the glass and out of play. And Tony, we talked about it earlier. It certainly is a shame that for the second time in 3 seasons, there will only be 3 Battles of Alberta during the regular season. These 2 teams will meet twice in the preseason split squad games coming up on, what's the date of those games? February, we'll make that September 23rd. And then October 13th, the 2 teams will meet at Rogers Place. On November 3rd at Scotiabank Saddledome. Their final game, we have to wait a while for that. It'll be in Edmonton on March 29th.
Makes you miss the COVID season a little bit with 9 matchups.
Not sure we need that many. More than 3 would be good, though.
Absolutely.
Back to the right point. Warner holds it in, and now it ends up ricocheting by him, and it slides down the ice. 18 seconds to go in this Oilers power play. Warner works it up the left wing side, and now Wakely feeds it in front. Haslip trying to get a hold of it. Can't find the puck at his feet as the Flames have cleared up the near boards and out. Lipinski back at his feet, ready to come out of the penalty box as the Flames get through that PK and hold on to their 2-1 lead with just over 5 minutes gone in the third period here in Penticton. Maximus Warner will clear it out. Flames pick it up and bring it right back in. Big collision just outside of the Oilers' blue line there between Siona and De Jong. Both guys up and all right. Now Corbeil will dump the puck into the far corner, and Grushnikov will go back to get it.
Oh, here we go.
And now we've got a fight. Lucas Siona has dropped the gloves with Nate Corbeil. Siona getting Corbeil's helmet off. Corbeil throwing wild punches. And now they wrestle each other down to the ice.
Oh. Corbeil got a late swing there, so both players went down to their knees, and Corbeil got a late one. I don't think Siona was a fan of that one. Had some exchange of words with number 71, but for Corbeil, you already talked about the Cam Invite story. I mean, 5 of 6 defensemen on Camp Invites for the Edmonton Oilers. For Corbeil, looking to make a name for himself. That's 2 games, 2 fights in 2 days.
Well, it's one way to get noticed. Talked about his dad, Rene. Spent plenty of time in the NHL. 58 goals, 132 points, 420 penalty minutes in 362 games with the Nordiques, Avalanche, Flames, and Penguins. Won a Stanley Cup with the Avs in '96. His son Nate, born in Germany, raised in Calgary, and hoping the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Well, that's 2 scraps and 3 goals so far in this game. Been a fun Battle of Alberta here at South Okanagan Event Center. Puck loose to the left of Ignatiu. Oilers trying to hold it in, but Honzak with a good stick knocks it out. Now he's after it in the neutral zone. Trying to dig it out of the feet. Morelli unable to come up with it, though, as the Oilers will knock it out to the neutral zone. Pass moved up the middle. Stick handling in is Grube. Up the left wing side, gets angled off by Parekh. And now Jean feeds it in front. Nickel turns into the near corner with it. Protects the puck and plays the left point to Davidson, who shoots. That high shot sails over top of the glove of Ignatiu and misses the Flames net. Now Grube drops it. Jean in there trying for a one-time try. Puck ends up in a pile of players in behind Ignatiu's net. Still stuck in skates. Oilers finally come up with it. Here's Grube, left point to Davidson. Whacks one wide, but it's held in right point by Morelli. Pass to the left point. Here's Davidson again. Another shot. Certainly isn't afraid to shoot from that left point. Hi, Davidson. No shot's a bad shot.
No shot's a bad shot. You got to give it a chance, right?
Yeah. Puck lifted up in the air and out. And it'll roll down the ice. As Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Precisely.
Davidson will slip it down the ice. Hurting back to get it. Gets hit along the end boards. The puck pops into the near corner. O'Reilly after it. He's being stronger as this game has gone on. Oilers in there on the forecheck. Their forecheck getting better as this game goes on, too. Savoy trying to move it right point. Puck gets knocked away and out. And now Clattenburg will take over at center. Oilers will dump it right back in. They've kind of cut the ice in half to start this third period, haven't they?
Oilers doing a much better job. They're maintaining that focus in the neutral zone right now, because I would say, Derek, in the opening 40 minutes, I would say the neutral zone belonged to the team in red. The Oilers doing a much better job of holding their structure in that neutral zone, which negates that breakout that the Calgary Flames were executing so well.
And when you've got 5 defensemen on tryouts, you probably don't want to spend a lot of time in your own zone either.
Yes.
Here comes Lajoie off the left wing side with a rising wrister, gloved by Ignatiu, and he'll hold on with now 11:52 to play in the third period. The Oilers out in front as far as shots on goal go. They've got 17 to the Flames 16, but it's still Calgary 2 and Edmonton 1.
Almost surprising that the Oilers are out shooting the Flames, but that's the tail of the tape right now. The Oilers not afraid to shoot the puck, but what I mean by that neutral zone is right now the D and the forwards, they're too spread out, especially if you give the Calgary Flames to
the right break. There's another shot out front. Back with Birdie. Talked about it. We'll go back to get it. Now Corbeil will dump the puck into the far corner, and Grushnikov will go back to get it.
Oh, here we go.
And now we've got a fight. Lucas Siona has dropped the gloves with Nate Corbeil. Siona getting Corbeil's helmet off. Corbeil throwing wild punches, and now they wrestle each other down to the ice.
Oh. Corbeil got a late swing there, so both players went down to their knees, and Corbeil got a late one. I don't think Siona was a fan of that one. Had some exchange of words with number 71, but for Corbeil, you already talked about the camp invite story. I mean, 5 of 6 defensemen on camp invites for the Edmonton Oilers. For Corbeil, looking to make a name for himself. That's 2 games, 2 fights in 2 days.
Well, that's one way to get noticed. Talked about his dad, Rene. Spent plenty of time in the NHL. 58 goals, 132 points, 420 penalty minutes in 362 games with the Nordiques, Avalanche, Flames, and Penguins. Wide of the net by Ignatiu.
That's a battle of Alberta. Active goalie
and shove. Get his glove blocked as it's cleared up the near boards by Lipinski, not out. Waugh, down low, Desjardins. Walks it into the far corner. Tries to center it. It bounces around a bit. Ignatiu trying to get his glove on. It does. And that'll lead to a whistle and to some more pushing and shoving.
Got to say, that was a good 40.
That's just how these split. Mountain and line out by Morel. Mackel bounce Flames on this Saturday night. Back into the Oilers zone with it. It's a short pass to Battaglia. Tries to give it back to McNamara. It hops away from him and into the near corner where Bell steps into Davidson with a hit. The Oilers clear it up, but we've got a stoppage, and that comes with 10:36 to play in the third period. Quick recap for you. Carl Berglund opened scoring for the Oilers, giving them a 1-0 lead before Andrew Basha tied it up for the Flames. Sam Morton with the go-ahead goal. All 3 of those goals scored in the first, and it's still 2-1 for the Flames as the Oilers have pushed in periods 2 and 3, but haven't been able to find that equalizer yet, Tony.
And the Calgary Flames have an opportunity to extend the lead because it's going to be a too many men penalty on the Edmonton Oilers, getting caught with 6 men. So for the Calgary Flames, you really want batting down. And a quick word on Luke McNamara. Listen, he might be staying up a couple of extra hours before going to bed tonight because he had 2 grade A chances, but he should be holding his head high. Number 95 has been excellent, transporting the puck well. He looks great with that white stick. I'm a big swag guy. If anybody's using a full white stick, that depicts a lot of confidence. And number 95, he's having a great night.
Yeah, I talked to Flames general manager Craig Conroy between periods, and he mentioned McNamara and said he's been around it. He's been impressed by him.
Very.
The Flames with an opportunity to score their second power play goal of the game and take their first 2-goal lead tonight. The power play set up. Here's Perek. Near half boards to Gradin. Stick handles into the corner and slides it down low. Flames try to feed it out in front, but that pass gets smartly broken up by DeJong, who sails the puck down the ice.
Gradin not happy with that pass selection. Knew he should have probably went back to the point. Kind of didn't put his teammate in a favorable position, and that's why they were going back the other way.
Here's Gradin across the ice. Pass a little bit behind his intended target, Stromgren. Now the Oilers will bring it back the other way. Savoy drops it, and a shot off the stick of O'Reilly just misses the mark. A great shorthanded chance for the Oilers, and you can tell that Matt Savoy and Sam O'Reilly are developing some chemistry, Tony. Those 2 guys getting better as this game goes on.
Yeah, a couple of behind-the-back passes for each of them. Number 22, that's what makes him so good. He's a shifty hockey player. We saw it on full display there.
Flames still in the power play for almost another minute. Pass comes back to the right point. Gradine will keep the puck in. Try to set things up. Gradine glides into the corner. Tries a drop pass that gets broken up by O'Reilly. And now Morton's trying to retrieve the puck for the Flames. Morton being whacked and hacked. Davidson tries to knock the puck away from him. Ends up popping it behind the net. Gradine feeds it in front, looking for Morton, who wasn't ready for the pass. It didn't get to him anyway, as Oilers clear it. And now a heads-up play by Ignatiu. Springs Brustevich, who winds and fires and just misses. What a pass by the Flames goaltender to set up that chance.
And that did not miss by much.
Here's Honzek now centering in front. Whacking and hacking away is Misa. And somehow Unger keeps it out.
That's a miraculous stop, especially on the power play for the Calgary Flames. 14 seconds remaining on the man advantage. And Connor Unger springs to his right, kind of pushes off that left post and somehow gets there. Not sure if it hit a body in front on the way, but a right pad stop nonetheless as Connor Unger keeps his team within it. And this is the play by Matt Savoy. That's what makes him a great hockey player. Great nifty backhand pass there. Sam O'Reilly now taking a little bit more advantage of the space. He was a little timid to begin this tournament. Right now you can see him finding his legs and also his confidence.
6 seconds left in the Oilers penalty as Krug shoots right into the outstretched glove of Ignatiu, who holds on. Face-off coming up to the right of the Flames goaltender. Of course, there is an opening at the AHL level with the graduation of Dustin Wolf. That, of course, was something we expected to happen. Weren't sure how it would happen, but the Flames trading their former number one guy, Jacob Markstrom, to the Devils, which opens the door for Dustin Wolf to finally be a full-time NHLer. And it was a long wait for him, but now he has a chance to try to earn that number one job, but I'm not sure it's going to come easy. Dan Vladar thinks that he should be the guy that's at least the Flames 1A to start the season.
Competition doesn't hurt anybody. That's good to have internally.
Here's Misa, turns it over, but Hertig gets it back, moves it up the near side. Muse trying to clear the zone, can't. DeJong with a shot, a quick one right into the midsection of Ignatiu, and he'll hold on, and we'll take a timeout with 8:56 remaining in regulation time here at South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton, BC. It's the Battle of Alberta. All 3 goals in this game scored in the first period, and it is still the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1. Back with more from Penticton in a moment.
Get ready. The highly anticipated Hitman Home Opener is Sunday, September 29th. Be there as the Calgary Hitmen mark the start of their 30th season. Cheer them on against the Lethbridge Hurricanes and take part in home opener celebrations like player introductions to kick off another year of Hitman hockey. Plus, it's Sunday Fun Day presented by Brookfield Residential with reduced ticket prices, fun concourse activities, and food and beverage deals. Your team, our community. Score your tickets today at hitmanhockey.com/tickets.
Here's Velarde.
Flames fans, the future is here. With the announcement of our new arena, Scotia Place, there's no better time to become a Calgary Flames season ticket member. Enjoy savings of up to 40% off single game ticket prices and get exclusive access to events and opportunities to meet the team. Plus, you'll be first in line for Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Be a part of the action live and experience every moment from your very own seat. Head to CalgaryFlames.com/tickets today to secure your spot.
Hey everyone, it's Leon Draisaitl here. Told you guys last year that Oktoberfest was going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be even better this year. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Prost.
Well, Tony, we might have to have a beer about that size after this hockey game. A little warm inside of South Okanagan Event Center. Warm outside the building here in Penticton as well. Things heating up in this Battle of Alberta between the Flames and the Oilers. Calgary losing 4-3 to Winnipeg in overtime yesterday. Edmonton shut out 2-0 by Vancouver. This game's still very much up for grabs as we head into the final 8 minutes of the third period. Puck inside of the Flames line. Oilers trying to get that game-tying goal. A sharp angle shot off the stick of O'Reilly, booted away by Ignatiu, and now Lang will cross center and whip it in behind Unger's net. Bell, bumped from behind by Davidson. Does a good job protecting the puck and slides it far corner to Lipinski. He gets wrapped up by fellow number 73 Davidson. Is going to fight for it along the end boards. 4 guys in there, battling down low. Davidson retrieves his stick as the puck squirts out right onto that stick. He'll walk it up the right wing side. And I'll make a pass ahead to Savoy. Get the puck in deep. And Clattenburg gets in there in the forecheck, but has it taken away by Brustevich. And gives it to Lipinski. His pass doesn't work for Honzek. The Flames do indeed get it in deep, though, and both teams will make changes with 7.5 to go. Morelli, take a return feed, move it ahead to Petrov. Gets to the Flames line, gets knocked off the puck. Stromgren trying to clear it out, does. And Morelli will hustle back to get it at the Oilers' blue line. Slides it far side, over to Waugh. Bounces the puck into the Flame zone. Back to get it is Morton. Morton, who's been fantastic in the first 2 games of this tournament for the Flames, will cross center and backhand the puck in behind Unger's net and get in there on the forecheck. It's taken down behind the net by Morelli, who looks back at the referee. Does not raise his right arm. No penalty call coming as Stefan will send it out to center. And now ahead to his teammate Wakely, who shoots off the outside of the Flames net. Here comes Parekh the other way. Flames number 9 overall pick, winds up, crosses the Oilers' blue line, tries to make a pass to Battaglia, but it's broken up. And the Oilers will take over in behind their net. Water, right wing side, and ahead to Grube. Oilers get their signals crossed at the Flames' blue line, though, and end up going offside.
Parekh is a heck of a skater, isn't he? He can really move and transport that puck with his own 2 feet. Hey, Derek?
He certainly can. And one thing he will have to learn is that some of the things that he can do in the OHL, he's not going to be able to do in the NHL or even in the AHL if he ever plays in that league. So it's going to be fun to watch him develop because he's got such a high ceiling offensively, but defensively, there will be some work to do. There's no doubt about that. But I suppose you could say the same thing about Erik Karlsson throughout his career, but the good far outweighs the bad. Back to the left point. Lajoie bounces it off of O'Reilly and into the far corner. Just over 6 minutes now remaining in the third period of this 1-goal game. Here's O'Reilly trying to feed it out in front, looking for Savoy. Puck ends up on Battaglia's stick instead, and he clears it out to center. What did you think of that trade the Oilers made with the Sabres to acquire Matt Savoy?
Interesting pickup. I can see why the Buffalo Sabres made that trade because they wanted a little bit more speed, especially in that middle 6 with the acquisition of Ryan McLeod. But Matt Savoy is almost the perfect piece right now. He might be a couple of years away, and as the Oilers kind of figure out what their cap situation, what their cap landscape is going to look like with the extensions of McDavid, Bouchard, and now Leon Draisaitl, Matt Savoy could come in with the ELC and provide some quality minutes when the price tags go up on number 97 and number 2.
Yeah, save some money and get a little bit younger in the process. Puck chopped out in front of the Flames net. Davidson with a slap shot. It gets knocked down on the doorstep. And now the Flames will shovel it down the ice and sneak in a change, protecting the 1-goal lead with just over 5 minutes remaining in the third period here in Penticton. Nickel, and up the right wing side, will cross the Flames line, protect the puck from Gradin. Now he's shoved off of it by Parekh and behind the net. Brustevich will take over, tries to clear the zone, but can't. It's held in near side by Berglund, who's got the Oilers' only goal in this game. He gives it to Nickel. He leaves it down low. Siona trying to knock the puck away from his man as it comes back to the left point. Wow, with a shot blocked by Siona. And now it's scooped up and dumped down the ice by Gradin. Siona in there with a full head of steam on the forecheck. He has been flying the last 2 nights. As the Oilers end up dumping it down the ice, they're called for icing with Edmonton now at shooting Calgary 22-18, but the Flames still out in front of the Oilers by a goal.
Of course, Derek, Wills, and I have the absolute honor of calling tonight's game, but the broadcasts like this and broadcasts all throughout the weekend doesn't happen without the work of some beautiful people behind the scenes. So shout out to Ed Robertson, David Polini, Aiden Pashney, Steve Taylor, Paul Albee, and of course Ryan Dietrich, who is the director and the man of the show. Thank you guys for all of your hard work. You guys do an absolutely terrific job. Thank you.
Been a few long days for those fellas.
Oh, has it ever.
Working all the games.
They deserve the beers that you and I are having after the game, that's for sure.
Maybe we'll buy them one if they join us.
First round's on me, gents.
Back to the blue line. Here's Parekh right point. Into the circle. Now Morton up top. Honzek gives it to Jamieson, who can't find it. And now Morelli with a chance to clear gives it right back to Davidson. Or make that Jamieson, who gets hooked off the puck. Morton with a shot, and that one misses the Oilers' net. We've got a delayed penalty call coming up here against the Oilers. Flames trying to get their goaltender Ignacio to the bench. don't do it in time to get an extra attacker involved. But with a 1-goal lead, the Flames are going to head back to the power play with 3:57 remaining in regulation time.
Certainly not helping the cause for the Edmonton Oilers, as it will be Jesse Heslop getting to the box right there. Not sure what the call was, Derek, but anyways, the Oilers not helping their cause right now. Down by 1 with 3:57. Quickly kill off this kill. However, the Oilers have generated a couple of chances on the PK. Obviously not a recipe for success and not something you can lean on, but the Oilers will have to take their chances should they want to get back into this hockey game.
Flames trying to retrieve the puck after the Oilers win that defensive zone draw. And now Warner will skate the puck across center to the Flames blue line. Flip it in and chase it. Rustevich gets there first and leaves it in behind the net. And starting the breakout is Basha. Basha across the red line, weave his way through the neutral zone and leave a left wing side. Hanzik trying to give it back to Basha on the give and go, but the pass is broken up. Puck held in left wing side by Misa. Moves it top of the near circle to Basha. Basha, who's been impressive, stick handles in, doesn't have a shooting lane, tries to make a pass and does, and Hanzik will play at right point to Rustevich, but his pass over to Basha is broken up by Stefan, and he'll knock it down the ice. Minute 15 remaining, and the Oilers penalty to Heslop as Flames try to add to their lead here. Misa streaking in up the left wing side, will bank it off the inboards and up the near side over to Basha. He drops, Rustevich across, Misa, high slot to Hanzik, back to the blue line looking for Rustevich, but not on the same page there, and the Flames have to chase it back to their blue line. And now a giveaway. Here's O'Reilly with a shot and a right pad kick save by Ignatiu.
That giveaway started and initiated by Matt Savoy. He's really been moving his feet in the back half of this hockey game.
Here comes Morton trying to score for a third time in the tournament. He'll chop it back to the blue line. Here's Perek across, and now Stromgren spins away from traffic, turns back to the left point, puts on the brakes, and gets away from Nickel. Stromgren goes down low. It's centered. Morton looking for Muse, who gets a shot off, but is stopped. Back to the blue line to Perek now. Perek loses the puck, and finding it is Corbet, and he'll clear it out. Nice pass ahead to Nickel. 1-on-4. He turns it over at the Flames blue line. Here comes Muse the other way. Flying it up the right wing side. He loses it, finds it, and now gets taken down by the much bigger Lajoie and behind the Oilers' net. 10 seconds left in this Flames power play. Here's Gradine. To Muse, backs up to the blue line and slides the left wing side to Stromgren, who shoots, is stopped. Morton looking for a rebound, but there isn't one. Good job by Unger to hang onto that puck.
And that shot comes just as the penalty expires, so Heslop goes to the bench. The Oilers are now back at full strength. We'll see what happens here with 117 seconds remaining in this one, Derek.
I suspect the Oilers will try to get their goaltender to the bench and an extra attacker onto the ice as soon as they can, but first they have to win a defensive zone faceoff and get the puck out. Flames with a 2-1 lead. If you are just joining us, plenty of opportunities to score in this game, but all 3 goals came in the first period. Carl Berglund for Edmonton, Andrew Basha, and Sam Morton for Calgary. Puck loose in front of the Oilers' net. Reaching for it, Lipinski gets a shot off at his stop. He gets all twisted up in behind the net with Corbet. Bell in there after it for the Flames. He'll pick it up far half boards. He turns it over. And now Savoy will slide it left wing side to Clattenburg. The Oilers top line out there trying to tie this thing up. And there goes their goaltender Unger to the bench. And here comes an extra attacker onto the ice. Here's Stefan with a shot stop. Loose puck to the left of Ignatiu. And now it's centered out in front of the Flames net. Petrov spins and shoots and just misses. Puck held in right wing side by Morelli. Chops one towards the net, but that shot gets blocked. Siona getting in the way of that one. And now it's down low for O'Reilly. He tries a blind between the leg centering pass picked off by Lipinski, who tries to spring Bell, but he was at the end of a shift and out of gas and couldn't accept the pass. The Oilers' net is empty. They're down by a goal with now 1 minute remaining in regulation time as Ignatiu tries to take a shot at the empty net. Puck gets knocked down with a high stick, though. That had the fans oohing and awing here at South Okanagan Event Center. We've had a couple of fights. We've had a few goals. A goalie goal would get this crowd going for sure, Tony.
I would have retired. My color commentating career would have come to a close. One and done for me at the YoungStars Classic if that would have went in, because I would have saw
everything. I got to appreciate Ignatiu going for it. A great heads-up play. I'm not sure who got his stick on it, but you can see right away. He took a look right away. He knew exactly what he was doing. That would have been fun. But, hey, we're always having fun here in Penticton.
I love it. And for a goaltender playing in North America for the first time, that's a gutsy move by Valtteri Ignatiu. But he's played a good game. He's only given up 1 goal on 24 other shots.
Almost reminiscent of Linus Omark in his NHL debut for the Edmonton Oilers, doing the spinneroonie in the shootout. Remember, that was his first NHL game. So
love it.
That's one way to get acclimated.
A little confusion here over at the benches. Edmonton is out shooting Calgary 24-21, but it's the Flames 2 and the Oilers 1 in this preseason Battle of Alberta here at the YoungStars Classic. Flames win the neutral zone face-off. Morton back to Burstevich, and he'll fire it in behind the net. Morelli back to get it. Oilers running out of time here. They'd love to get their goaltender Unger to the bench and an extra attacker onto the ice again. Flames, though, able to knock it loose in the neutral zone as Berglund, who's got the Oilers' only goal, finally backhands it in. Flames clogging up the middle. Berglund does pick it up and loses it. There goes Unger to the bench as the Flames manage to clear it out and to the Oilers' blue line. Heslop will bring it right back in. Streaks in, gets a backhand shot off, is stopped. It's loose, and the puck ends up bouncing in behind the Flames net. And now out in front of the net and diving on top of it is Ignatiu to hold on.
A good heads-up play there by Dalen Wakely. He tries to go behind the back in front of the net. There were a couple of Oilers there, but it gets a right balance for the Calgary Flames. As Ignatiu kind of steps on it, you can see a great heads-up there play there by Heslop on the backhand. Gets a good shot off. 59 tries to get out in front, but the Flames goaltender, solid all night long.
And it looks like we've got a timeout down on the ice here at South Okanagan Event Center. Again, next up for these two teams, the Oilers will wrap up the tournament versus the Jets at noon Mountain Time on Monday. Flames will play the final game of this YoungStars Classic versus the Canucks, the host team, 3:30 on Monday afternoon. Tomorrow an off day for the two teams. Lots to explore here in Penticton. Wonderful hosts for this event every single year. Such a beautiful building, the South Okanagan Event Center, and some great people and plenty to do outside the rink as well, whether it's the Barking Parrot or visiting wineries or playing around to golf. It's a great place to visit, isn't it?
You can always hit up Salty's at any time of the day. They got one of the best kitchens in Penticton. That's a go-to spot here. But going back to this rink, hard to believe this is a Junior A rink. It is absolutely remarkable. They do a great job on and off the ice here.
Yeah, I may have had some seafood chowder and butter chicken at Salty's last night. Delicious.
Their pizzas to die for.
Face off to Ignatiu's left, and the Flames come up with a puck and slide it down the ice. It's heading towards the empty net and misses by about 18 inches. And the Oilers live to play another day, or at least another 11 seconds. That is what remains in regulation time here in Penticton with the Flames up by a goal.
Matt Savoy's going to take the draw here for the Edmonton Oilers, of course. Take some reps at center. He's predominantly a right winger, but he's certainly been in this situation before. They need to win it.
Lipinski lines up for the draw, wins it, but the Oilers steal it. Clattenburg back to the right point, pass across the line. Petrov swings and misses. Flames have an empty net and a few seconds to hit it. Siona ahead and now shooting and scoring. It's Misa. Luke Misa puts the puck into the empty Oilers net right before the buzzer. And I think that will do it for this YoungStars Classic Battle of Alberta. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to count that empty net goal. But either way, the Flames defeat the Oilers by a final score of 2-1, maybe 3-1.
Yeah, not sure if they're going to count that. They're looking for confirmation. Misa looking over. Yeah, they're going to count it. So it's going to be a 3-1 final. It looks like the referees barked the instructions to the scorekeeper. And I love the Siona unselfish pass there, giving it to Misa. And that puts the final stamp on this one. A great Battle of Alberta for the first one. Like you said, only 3 in the regular season. But at least we got a split squad to look forward to in about, 10 days' time? Just under 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, coming up on September 23rd.
9 days away. Excuse me.
And then, again, 3 regular season games in Edmonton on October 13th, in Calgary on November 3rd, and then we're going to have to wait a while, Tony. The final game of the 3-game season series at Rogers Place on March 29th. But the Flames battle back to beat the Oilers, yes, by a final score of 3-1, as that empty net goal does indeed count. But what a strange hockey game. So the Flames, I think you'd agree, were the better of the two teams in the first period, really got their forecheck going. But it was the Oilers who scored first. Carl Berglund giving his team a 1-0 lead. Matt Savoy assisting on that one. Flames get that goal back, though. Andrew Basha gets the game-tying goal from Luke Misa, who ends up with 2 points in this one. And Hunter Brustevich got the second assist on that game-tying goal, which made it 1-1. Flames jump out in front and score what turns out to be the game-winning goal in this hockey game. Sam Morton with his second goal and third point of the tournament from William Stromgren and Sam Honzek. That made it 2-1 after one. It was still 2-1 after two. The Flames iced this one with 1 second left. An empty net goal by Luke Misa. As you pointed out, a really unselfish play by Lucas Siona to set him up. And that's the final goal of this Battle of Alberta as the Flames defeat the Oilers 3-1 in what was a fun hockey game. 4 goals, 2 fights. And the fans here in Penticton certainly enjoyed this game between the Flames and the Oilers this evening.
Yeah, they certainly were treated to some good hockey, as they have been all throughout whenever they host the YoungStars Classic. But I'm going to go a little off the cuff here. I know this wasn't planned or anything, but I'm going to go players for the game for each team. For Edmonton, I'm going Matt Savoy. He was dynamic with the puck, shifty, made a couple of really nice passes on the forehand and backhand. Really liked what number 22 brought, especially in the last 30 minutes of that hockey game. He was noticeable. And for Calgary, Sam Morton, number 45, he was excellent. I mean, he made a great behind-the-back pass to set up his teammate in front early, and that really set the tone for the Calgary Flames. Of course, he got in the goal column. Number 45, he was excellent, as was the whole decor for the team in red.
I'll throw a bonus pick in there. I thought Hunter Brustevich had a really strong game. 2 good periods against the Jets on Friday, 3 good periods against the Oilers on Saturday. A fun hockey game here at South Okanagan Event Center. Of course, we had a great crew working it. Ryan Dietrich, Ed Robertson, and the entire gang. Thanks for tuning in on CalgaryFlames.com and Sportsnet 960 The Fan. And for Tony Brower, I'm Derek Wills. Again, thanks for joining us. The final score in this Battle of Alberta, Flames 3, Oilers 1.
Oilers come up short in the Battle of Alberta Rookies Edition here in Penticton. Welcome into the Oilers Plus Live post-game show. I'm Paige Martin. I'm so glad you've decided to join us here on Oilers Plus. Now, the Oilers, they may have scored first, but the Flames answered back, and then they cap it off with an empty net goal right at the end of the game to take a 3-1 victory over the Oilers. The Oilers still looking for that first win. They will have another opportunity here at the YoungStars Classic on Monday against the Winnipeg Jets. Now, stay tuned. In just a few moments, we will be hearing from Connor Clattenburg. He answered the bell against Bell in the first period, really set the tone for the Battle of Alberta. We will also hear from head coach Colin Chalk. We will be back in just a few moments. Idea of how you're feeling and how it feels to be out there in an Oilers uniform.
Yeah, it's definitely slowing down a bit. I can kind of feel the game a bit more and feel I can play out there. And today definitely felt better, so just build off that.
I know tonight was not the result that you guys wanted, but the intensity level was there, and you were part of the reason that it was there as well. How did you feel kind of in that fight with Bell?
I mean, I was just doing whatever I can to get the guys going, and I know after the first game, everyone kind of got up after that first fight, so when I had the chance, I just did it, and, the boys got some energy, and then it built into the rest of the game.
How much is that physical element a part of your game that you really want the Oilers to notice?
Yeah, it's a big part, and it's not around nowadays that much, so it's one of the strengths that not many people have, so I'm just building from that and just help out where I can.
You've been playing alongside Matt Savoy and Sam O'Reilly. Today they talked about the fact that they want to get a little bit more chemistry going on your line. How did you find that went tonight?
Today I think we were buzzing a bit more, and we've created a few more chances, and we're all moving better. So, I think we built a lot off that first game.
You guys started the second period with the power play, but then you guys were tasked with killing off a penalty. And after you guys killed that penalty off, you started getting a little bit more momentum. Did you kind of feel that penalty kill kind of kick-started you guys finding your feet a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. That brought us some energy, and we definitely stayed in their zone quite a while and had tons of chances. So we definitely built off those penalty kills.
What did we see in the last 30 minutes that we maybe didn't see in the opening 90 minutes of this tournament from your group?
I think everyone just trusts each other more with the deep pinching down, and the wingers can do anything on their team. So when the deep pinched down and we just kept pucks moving, like everyone just trusted each other and just knew wherever each other was. So, that was good.
How about the play of your goaltenders so far in this tournament? They've been great.
Yeah, they've been unreal and staying on their heads, and they've definitely helped us out a lot, keep it closer. So we wouldn't be this close without those guys.
First time playing in the Battle of Alberta, of course, the Rookies Edition, but what did you think of the intensity and the energy out there?
Oh, it was great. I always remember watching the Battle of Alberta, and I loved it. It was back and forth, and it was good to be a part of it, yeah.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you.
games now, the YoungStars Classic, not necessarily the result that you want, but at the same time, how have you watched your team evolve in what you saw tonight?
It's a much different feeling for me personally, and I think the coaches and the players, which we don't address after the game, but they made way more plays. They made way more interior plays. We skated and we had the puck a lot more. We shot the puck, we got it back, we extended offensive zone plays. At the end of the day, the name of the game is you got to shoot it in the net more times than the other team. But I feel good about that we made some strides today. And to your point, the result isn't what we want, but we're not going backwards. So we got to celebrate that. Talk about some of the things that we did well, like I had mentioned, and try to keep encouraging that confidence. Because the other part is, if I'm a player, you're probably not feeling good when you have lots of important eyes, and you know at the end of the day that it's a result-driven business on the other side of it, right?
We knew the Battle of Alberta would be intense, especially with some of these guys playing in their first one. Connor Clattenburg really was able to bring up that intensity with the fight that he had. What did you see about him and his physical game that he brought tonight?
Yeah, Connor and I chatted just briefly before the game, and I said, you performed a successful act last night by playing hard and being physical. And what it means to be a professional is to perform multiple acts over and over again, and do it again tonight, and then to have it against a different makeup of a team that is a team that has some physicality, has some big boys, has some players of his makeup. To know that on the other side, to be able to bring that right away, is really, really encouraging. So if I'm an Oilers fan, right, I get my hairs are standing up. Like you got something that's excited about to just to watch their development and see where they can go.
How about Matt Savoy? I mean, the last 30 minutes of the hockey game, I think we're accustomed to seeing that version of Matt Savoy. What did you see on the bench as number 22 tonight?
I was feeling him, and I think you gotta, you have a little bit of a game plan, of course, going in, but you gotta go off field, and when they're making plays and they're generating offense, they're darting holes, and you're feeling them. You gotta. If I'm a player, it's like, get me back out there, like get me out there. So some penalty kill time. We got him out there in some areas when the power play had been out there 30, 40 seconds, and so they were able to be fresh energy wise. We almost had the equalizer there by a nice play to Sam. Matt made the play, right? He created some offense. He looked explosive. He looked dynamic. He had some real good moments. He set up, obviously, the first and only goal on a heavy forecheck, winning a battle. It wasn't just, this highlight reel type of offensive opportunity. So I think doing those things in different ways, I'm sure for him, he probably feels a lot better about his game today. So.
Obviously, after that opening 20 minutes, it's very reminiscent of the opening 20 yesterday. What does it say about that group and their ability to bounce back? Because it's very easy to drop your shoulders in that situation, but instead they started playing some of their best hockey so far this weekend. Yeah, we felt that the second period was our best period so far. Before we obviously played the last one here, but but we talked about after the first of understanding how we felt after the first period. We thought we responded well versus Vancouver, and then the second period, I'm not sure if we got the puck out of our zone, and it was 12-5 outshot or something along those lines that we would have liked to have back. So trying to learn from that experience and some of the things that we didn't like in the second period. It was a quick reminder. I think the encouraging part and the cool part is when it works, right? And then that's how you get a little bit of street credit, and a little bit of belief from the group. So it was good to see that they built momentum on that second period and carried it into the third. Connor Unger is a goaltender that you might be seeing. I mean, he's turning pro this season. What did you think of his night? I mean, he really settled in after letting up those 2 goals. Yeah,
he competed really hard. Like you said, he settled in, and I think at the pro level, it's about keeping it close, right? So we get the too many men penalty there, which is on us, and he's able to keep it in one goal, right? If they extend their lead there and make it 3-1, then it's probably so to make some big saves and timely saves to keep it within one goal, to keep it within reach. Those are the moments as a professional goaltender that you need to keep it within striking distance for your team. So I think that's a real measuring stick, and I'm sure Kelly will talk about those things with him tomorrow.
Thanks, Cole.
Thanks.
Flames on the attack again, is weaving his way in is William Stromgren. Bobbles the puck in the far corner and loses it, but Sam Honzek will hold it in and knock it down low. Sam Morton centering it. Honzek on the doorstep, denied on the backhand. A good save early by Connor Unger. Send it towards the Flames net. Puck bouncing around as the Oilers are on the attack now. Now Water with a slap shot. Nice right pad kick save by Ignatiu. Partner Brustevich gives it back to Grushnikov, who sends it out to center. And now Bell in an open ice collision with Clattenburg. And they're going to drop the gloves right at center ice. Parker Bell and Connor Clattenburg getting the fans to their feet. Clattenburg able to get Bell's helmet off. Bell throwing some big right hands to the head of Clattenburg, who now drops Bell with a big right of his own. Spirited scrap.
A spirited and short scrap indeed. An excellent scrap between two big guys who are very physical when they need to be. Clattenburg was impressive yesterday, and Bell, well, he answers the bell here. He had 2 games with the Wranglers last season, obviously hoping to build on that and hopefully making a little bit more of a name for himself in this tournament, and that will certainly do it. That was an excellent scrap between the two.
A job well done by 19-year-old Connor Clattenburg, 6'2", 197. He's not a small man, but Parker Bell, a year older at 20, 6'5", 210. So
got some weight and got some height on him.
Job well done. Good fight. And that'll fire up the fans inside of South Okanagan Event Center.
Saturday night, Battle of Alberta. You got an early tilt. Doesn't get better than this, Derek.
Boards, and it is knocked down the ice by the aforementioned O'Reilly. Back to get it for the Flames is Jamieson, being chased in behind the net. Matt Savoy in there on the forecheck, steals it, centered, and the Oilers score. From right between the hash marks, Carl Berglund puts the puck into the top corner of the Flames net and gives the Oilers a 1-0 lead in this Battle of Alberta.
This is a goal that's predicated by the feet of Matt Savoy. Watch on the replay here. Number 22 in white keeps his feet moving, causes the turnover. Great job by Sam O'Reilly to provide a little bit of backup, and then Carl Berglund all alone in front. It's a quick turnover and a quick pass. 1-0 Edmonton. Less than 4 minutes into this one.
Near side over to Andrew Basha, who throws it towards the net. Bouncing puck. Oilers whack it away, but not out. Here's Brustevich. Up the far side, and now Misa throws it to the net, and they score! A job well done by Luke Misa to put the puck on net, and Andrew Basha knocks it past Connor Unger, and a power play goal ties this game at 1.
Creeping in on the right-hand side with that left shot. That makes it easy for the one-timer. What a pass by Luke Misa here. Watch this. He gets the puck here, head up all the way. As soon as he gets to the dots, he finds number 49 on the opposite slot, and that's too big of a gap for the Edmonton Oilers. There were 2 guys up front, 2 guys down low, nobody taking care of the center, and that's why right through the seam, right there goes number 49 as he has his first of the Penticton YoungStars tournament.
Stopped and misses the mark. Back to the right point to Parekh again. Parekh to Battaglia, but he gives it away to Petrov, who's going to spring a man. Walking in, here's Dalen Wakely with a shot, and he misses the Flames net. Just didn't quite get to him.
Matt Savoy's moving, Derek.
Flames will bring it the other way. Basha, the Flames goal getter, will lock it in behind the net, and now it's centered. Lang, near side. They're trying to jam it in, and McNamara misses an open net. Puck picked up near side by Luke
McNamara looking skyward at least 2 or 3 times. He gets a wide open look on the right side of the paint right here. You would think that's in the net, but just off the heel of the stick, just didn't quite get the middle of the blade on it, right off the heel and off the bar as Connor Unger gets away with one, and so did the Edmonton Oilers. They're lucky that this one is still tied at 1.
Down the ice, McNamara back to get it is Grushnikov. He gives it to Honzek, who sends it out to center to Stromgren. Crosses the Oilers line and drops Morton, shoots and scores! A beautiful rush up the ice, and Sam Morton scores his second goal and picks up his third point of the tournament, and the Flames take a 2-1 lead.
Derek, much like how I said that Matt Savoy's feet are moving, so are Sam Morton's. He had an opportunity at early stages in this one. In the opening minute, he made a behind-the-back pass to find his teammate. This time, he's a beneficiary of a great pass, gets it on the backhand, and a quick release. Right here, this is very quick move. Right there on the backhand, and right away on the forehand goes Roof on Connor Unger. He had no chance on that one. That was a perfectly placed shot over the glove side, and we have a 2-1 lead for the Calgary Flames in this year's first edition of the BOA.
Savoy, a St. Albert native, as the puck stripped off his stick, and now it's picked up by Battaglia, who moves it rink wide, driving in. Gradin stick handles and shoots, and is stopped by Unger. Looked like he was trying for the 5-hole there, but it closed too quickly. Flames will take over deep in their own zone as Perek plays it up the right wing boards to Lang. Lang gives it away, though, and here comes Savoy back in for the Oilers. Savoy centers, and De Jong is going to ring one right off the iron. Looked like he had the game-tying goal there. Now Corbet with a shot that deflects wide of the Flames net. Two close calls for the Oilers, Tony.
But he's been steady. There's a turnover right there by the Calgary Flames. De Jong gets a tip right there. That almost looked like it hit the bottom of the crossbar, but hey, the referee has a better angle of it than we do up here. That one
blocks it in behind Unger's net. Morton leaves it down low for Battaglia. He plays it right point, Perek. Across to Stromgren, who shoots, is stopped, it's loose in front, and the Oilers can't possession of the puck, but they can't get out of the zone as Perek holds it in right point, but now Battaglia turns it over. Does squirt loose for Stromgren, though, who's going to keep the puck in. Stromgren shoots, is stopped, it's loose in the blue paint, and the Flames can't knock it in the net. Does pop into the slot, though. Stromgren, far side, Gradin, near side, McNamara, for the second time tonight, can't put the puck in an empty net. And out of the box, here come the Oilers. Lajoie in there 1-on-3, able to bowl his way out in front, but he can't tuck the backhand in.
Colin
Good
Chack
work.
top in the shoulder of Sam O'Reilly's line, so it's 22-72-64. This is the supposed top line for the Edmonton Oilers looking to capitalize.
Boy, Unger, an incredible stick stop.
It was a stick save.
Boards. Basham battling forward in the near quarter as well. Misa able to pick up the loose puck and drop it. Jamieson moves it far side. Perek shoots right off the goal post. It's loose in front and is whacked wide by Basha. And to the left point, a little bit too far for Gradin to reach. And here comes Grube the other way. Grube in up the right wing side. Shoots right into the flaming sea on the front of Ignatiu's jersey. And he'll hold on. And now McNamara up the far side. Muse will whack it in behind the Oilers net. Basha's got it back. He spins. He centers. Misa shoots. Is denied. And can't knock the rebound in. Boy, nice puck movement there by the Flames.
Making a couple of big saves on the PK. Another one there from the point. And that one right in front, that was not an easy save. Got out there, shot out to his left, but had to go across the grain and make that save with his blocker. Excellent job keeping that stick and blocker in play and making a play there for the Edmonton Oilers.
Must be a special night for Connor Unger, a Calgary native. That leads to an Oilers power play and an opportunity for them to tie this game at 2. Flames who've done a good job in the faceoff circle win the draw, but can't get the puck out, at least not yet. Bounces around a bit. Here's O'Reilly. Great pass. Savoy shoots off the outside of the net. What a pass by O'Reilly to find Savoy, who just missed tying the game. You've never played at. You're playing against older guys in their mid-20s, so there's an adjustment period for those fellas.
And you talk about that first-round pick. You also put some pressure on your own shoulders to perform. You're looked at as a guy who's an offensive force here, especially
with now a minute remaining in the middle stanza here in Penticton. Stromgren makes a blind backhand pass ahead to Morton. We've got a long 2-on-1. Morton in, puts on the brakes, drops the puck, looking for Perek coming in late. Perek now tries a shot, but it doesn't get through to the goaltender, and he gets body slammed by Clattenburg.
That was an excellent.
Puck squirts free and is knocked out to the neutral zone by Stromgren. Comes in up the right wing side, stops, spins, and tries to make a pass, but it's read and intercepted by Savoy. He drops, Davidson shoots, is stopped, big rebound off the chest of Ignatiu, and the Oilers can't corral it. They do hold it in. Davidson with another shot, and he sails over top of the Flames net. Face off.
Hi, Davidson on a 2-on-1 with Matt Savoy there, and a great stop there by Ignatiu. You can see right here the defenseman electing to shoot the puck and not pass over to his forward counterpart. That was the right decision because the Flames defenseman was in the zone, and then High Davidson gets another chance. This time tries to go high blocker.
Warner will clear it out. Flames pick it up and bring it right back in. Big collision just outside of the Oilers' blue line there between Siona and De Jong. Both guys up and all right. Now Corbet will Dump the puck into the far corner, and Grushnikov will go back to get it.
Oh, here we go.
And now we've got a fight. Lucas Siona has dropped the gloves with Nate Corbet. Siona getting Corbet's helmet off. Corbet throwing wild punches. And now they wrestle each other down to the ice.
Oh. Corbet got a late swing there, so both players went down to their knees, and Corbet got a late one. I don't think Siona was a fan of that one. Had some exchange of words with number 71, but for Corbet, you already talked about the camp invite story. I mean, 5 of 6 defensemen on camp invites for the Edmonton Oilers. For Corbet, looking to make a name for himself. That's 2 games, 2 fights in 2 days.
Well, that's one way to get noticed. Talked about his dad, Rene. Spent plenty of time in the NHL. 58 goals, 132 points, 420 penalty minutes in 362 games with the Nordiques, Avalanche, Flames, and Penguins. Won a Stanley Cup with the Avs in 96.
Teammates in a favorable position, and that's why they were going back the other way.
Here's Gradin across the ice. Pass a little bit behind his intended target, Stromgren. Now the Oilers will bring it back the other way. Savoy drops it, and a shot off the stick of O'Reilly just misses the mark. A great short-handed chance for the Oilers. Ready for the pass. It didn't get to him anyway as Oilers clear it. And now a heads-up play by Ignatiu. Springs Brustevich, who winds and fires and just misses. What a pass by the Flames goaltender to set up that chance.
And that did not miss by much.
Here's Honzek now centering. In front, whacking and hacking away is Misa. And somehow, Unger keeps it out.
That says Connor Unger keeps his team with it in. This is the play by Matt Savoy. That's what makes him a great hockey player. Great nifty backhand passer. Sam O'Reilly now taking a little bit more advantage of the space. He was a little timid to begin this tournament. Right now, you can see him finding his legs and also his confidence. Number 2.
Yeah, save some money and get a little bit younger in the process. Puck chopped out in front of the Flames net. Davidson with a slap shot. It gets knocked down on the doorstep. Across. Misa. High slot to Honzek. Back to the blue line looking for Brustevich, but not on the same page there. And the Flames have to chase it back to their blue line. And now a giveaway. Here's O'Reilly with a shot and a right pad kick save by Ignatiu.
That giveaway started and initiated by Matt Savoy. He's really been moving his feet in the back half of this hockey game.
Not a gas. Couldn't accept the pass. The Oilers' net is empty. They're down by a goal with now 1 minute remaining in regulation time as Ignatiu tries to take a shot at the empty net. Puck gets knocked down with a high stick, though.
A great heads-up play. I'm not sure who got his stick on it, but you can see right away. He took a look right away. He knew exactly what he was doing. That would have been fun. But, hey, we're always having fun here in Penticton.
I love it. And for a goaltender, there goes Unger to the bench as the Flames manage to clear it out and to the Oilers' blue line. Heslop will bring it right back in. Streaks in, gets a backhand shot off, is stopped. It's loose, and the puck ends up bouncing in behind the Flames net. And now out in front of the net, and diving on top of it is Ignatiu to hold on. Penske lines up for the draw, wins it, but the Oilers steal it. Clattenburg back to the right point, pass across the line. Petrov swings and misses. Flames have an empty net, and a few seconds to hit it. Siona ahead, and now shooting and scoring. It's Misa. Luke Misa puts the puck into the empty Oilers net right before the buzzer. And I think that will do it for this YoungStars Classic Battle of Alberta. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to count that empty net goal. But either way, the Flames defeat the Oilers by a final score of 2-1, maybe 3-1.
Yeah, not sure if they're going to count that. They're looking for confirmation. Misa looking over. Yeah, they're going to count it. So it's going to be a 3-1 final. It looks like the referees barked the instructions to the scorekeeper. And I love the Siona unselfish passer, giving it to Misa, and that puts the final stamp on this one. A great Battle of Alberta for the first one. Like you said, only 3 in the regular season, but at least we got a split squad to look forward to in about, 10 days' time? Just under 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, coming up on September 23rd.
Sports.